Wholesale Supply Group open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good friend Andy. Coach, how we doing tonight?
Doing well. Once again, you're listening to the Cleveland Ford Friday Night Football pregame show here on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, and the Mustangs are currently taking the field in a little bit different look tonight, Jacob.
New look. I'm loving it. The baby blue jerseys with the white pants, white hats. Got some gold and navy trim in there as well. I bet fans at home that are not here tonight are going to be waiting for those pictures to come out because it's a beautiful look.
And just to give you an idea, it looks like the throwback, now L.A., back then San Diego Chargers uniforms, the powder blue with the white helmet. It's a very clean look that the Mustangs are rocking tonight. But more importantly, we're not worried about necessarily what we look like. We're worried about how we perform on the field tonight. And I believe we're going to be in for a good one tonight between these two teams, Jacob. Of course, Walker Valley last year took this meeting by a score of 28-7. That is only the second win in this series for the Mustangs, and they're looking to go back-to-back for the first time in this series. Just kind of looking at the overall history of this matchup of the crosstown rivals, Bradley has won. This is the 21st meeting. Walker Valley's 2-18 all-time. Obviously, Bradley winning those 18. And this is a Walker Valley team coming in ranked number 6 in the 5A USA Today polls in the state of Tennessee. And Coach Aiken's group still feels like they've got something to prove.
Yeah, absolutely. They're once is not enough for Coach, for any coach. And they want to prove that last year just wasn't a one-off. This has been a really competitive game outside of the Boo Carter year where Boo kind of just took over. But for the past couple games in this series, it's been really, really competitive. And I think we're going to see another one of those tonight.
Again, this is if you were listening to any of the coverage earlier today on MixTV.tv or Mix 104.1, it's been put out there. It's Coach Floyd's birthday. So,
happy birthday, Coach.
So Coach Floyd for the visiting Bears looking to celebrate tonight, and the Mustangs looking to spoil that celebration again here in the 21st meeting between these two crosstown rivals. It's hard to believe we've already played 21 of these games up to this point, Jacob. It seems like not long ago this series was getting rolling. But one thing that we'll give you some information on is the Bradley Central Bears. They're in Region 2, Class 6A. Obviously, colors black and gold. As we mentioned, head coach Damon Floyd, who's in his 20th season as the head coach at Bradley. And Coach Aikens, here in his 7th season with the Mustangs, looking to win this game. Obviously, the crosstown rival, we're about 2 minutes away from kickoff. And before we dive more into that, I want to go ahead and give our Dell's heating and air temperature at kickoff. It's currently a warm 84 degrees, and they're currently getting ready to do the coin toss, which is sponsored by Cleveland Fasteners and Supply. For all those nuts and bolts you can't find anywhere else, if they ain't got it, then you don't need it. They're located on Starview Drive. So, Jacob, what's the call on the coin toss?
Bradley has won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. So the Walker Valley offense will be first out onto the field.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and go to our Honda of Cleveland starting lineups. We're going to start with the Walker Valley Mustangs. At quarterback, number 16, Chase Stevens. At running back, number 8, Kason Cunningham. At Y-back, number 31, Cole Brown. At the wide receiver position, number 1, Sawyer Boyd. Number 10, Luke Hayden. Number 6, Roman Yulo. And number 7, Joseph Arnett. At tight end, number 32, Reese Davis. And on the offensive line, Ashton Roshak, Caden Lassen, Andrew Dugan, Jason Jarnigan, and Cooper Bitzel. Now over to Jacob for your Mustang defensive starters.
On the defensive line, you've got Lane Ferris, Eli Robinson, Cooper Godsey, and Jonathan West. Linebackers, Caleb Jackson, Braylon Beard, Tyler Goldman, and Miles Hawk. DBs, you have Thabin Scruggs, C.T. Gutter, Aiden Burns, and Michael Wood.
And with that, we're going to kick it back to the station for our kickoff spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get on our feet.
Imagine a truck that doesn't just own the road, it dominates it. It's not just about the destination. It's about the journey. And our new GMC Sierra is elevating every moment of that journey for me. It's not just a truck, it's a lifestyle. Don Ledford didn't just sell me a truck. They saw the lifestyle I want.
Working from right to left where we are here in the home press box. It's a very high pooch kickoff fielded around the 20. That's Sawyer Boyd, who's at the 30. He's going to break to the outside toward the Bear sideline and be brought down at the Walker Valley 35-yard line.
Yeah, he did a good job of making something something into nothing right there. Golly, but I still got that wrong. He was able to get a good advance on the play after a really good pooch kick by the kicker, took it off to the right side and was able to bounce around and get a few.
Yeah, some players to watch for Bradley. Obviously, we've talked about A.J. Westfield a lot with all this pregame coverage. Big number 13 for the Bears. He's a Tulane commit. But going over to the Mustang offense that's taking the field led by quarterback Chase Stevens, got to pay attention to those receivers. We already see a matchup down here low near the Walker Valley sideline where you've got Walker Valley wide receiver number 1, Sawyer Boyd, here on the near side, and you've got Roman Yulo lined up in the backfield with Chase Stevens.
Ball snapped. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. They do a good job and get a couple all the way. It looks like we're going to have a Bradley Concrete and Lamb Con Ready Mix first down.
Yeah, that ball handed off to Roman Yulo and just got past that first down marker.
Yeah, did a great job. Opened a big hole right there. You know, that was one thing that we had questions about was, is there going to be a run presence? And if that tells us anything, it looks like they're able to get a good little push up front.
Once again, our first quarter is sponsored by Cleveland Ford.
Walker Valley taking their time here. You know, that's kind of a Coach Aiken staple. You know, not rushing into anything. Going to do a lot of hard counts as well. Try to see if they can get some free yardage.
And now we see Kason Cunningham in the backfield with the Mustangs with a trip set here to the near side. Quick pass completed. Number 10 of the Mustangs brought down right across the 50-yard line. And that was number 10, Luke Hayden, on the reception. And that's one thing we're going to see a lot tonight from this Mustang offense is quick passes from Chase Stevens.
Yeah, didn't get to call Luke Hayden's name last week, but that's just because the other two wide receivers did a good job of getting into open space. But Luke Hayden is a big body, and he's an athletic kid, a basketball player. Going to be a name you hear a lot this season.
So just across midfield between the 49 and the 50, 2nd down and 4 for this Walker Valley offense. Hard count there from Stevens. No biters from the Bears. They're showing pressure. Bradley stacking the box here against the Mustangs. Ball snapped, handed off to Kason Cunningham, who's going to pick up about 5 yards, and that's going to be enough for another Bradley Concrete Lamb Con Ready Mix first down Mustangs.
Yeah, I'm liking this approach. You know, something that you didn't see a whole lot of. They tried to run between the tackles last week, already bouncing it outside, mixing things up, keeping Bradley on their toes. You know, Bradley's already showing that they're willing to put 2 people over top of Roman Yulo, as in that last play, he was the only man out there, and they had 2 defenders dedicated to him.
And one thing we talked about, a key to success for the Mustangs to win this game is being able to run the football. And here early, it looks like they're able to do that with a fresh set of downs. Another run play handed off to Kason Cunningham, who's going to pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. You know, great job with the up front guys being able to secure their blocks.
I want to point this out, too. They're kind of isolating A.J. Westfield right now, the Mustang offensive line, knowing that that's the guy that can beat them, doing a good job accounting for his helmet.
Yeah, and that's going to get frustrating sooner rather than later.
And they've been running away from him. Haven't seen a whole lot to that far side. And they're going to roll that way right now. Stevens rolls out, and he's nearly brought down and sacked. Felt the pressure there from number 13 of the Bears, A.J. Westfield. Incomplete pass. Westfield forced that pass. Stevens barely getting rid of that football before being brought down.
Yeah, you hear the Bradley fans trying to get a intentional grounding right there, but there was a receiver in the vicinity, and he was outside of the tackle box. So, but again, you know, we talked about it on the pre-game show with Mixed TV. A.J. Westfield's going to make his presence known. It's going to happen, and it's going to be in one way or the other.
Yeah, game clock down to 9 minutes and 50 seconds here in the first quarter. 3rd down and 5 for the Mustangs from the Bradley 40-yard line.
Yeah, you'd love to see this drive continue because they've done a great job so far being able to piece some things together. 3rd and 5 on the 40-yard line.
Stevens goes hard count, no biters. Looks over to Coach Akins as he's getting the play call. We see Kason Cunningham shift over directly behind quarterback Stevens. We've got trips here to the near side, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. No signal who that timeout's from.
I would assume that it's going to be the Walker Valley Mustangs. Our timeouts are sponsored by Milligan Vane.
Do your legs feel tired? heavy, or achy, Dr. James Gooden offers an office treatment that will make you look and feel better in a day. MilliganVein.com. So with that, we're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back here on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1.
Wright Brothers Construction Company Incorporated has over half a century of experience completing some of the most challenging projects across the Southeast, from moving millions of cubic yards of excavation in Alabama to spanning rivers in Virginia. Find out more at WBCCI.com. WBCCI.com. Wright Brothers Construction Company congratulates the student athletes and families of Walker Valley High School and says, "Go Mustangs!"
Welcome back to Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good friend Andy Morris. Coach, how's it going?
Pretty good so far. We've seen the Mustangs start this drive at about the 30-yard line and march their way across midfield to where it's now 3rd and 5 with 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter with the ball at the Bradley 40-yard line. Now Walker Valley out of that trip set, and they've got a loaded backfield. Roman Yulo back there.
Yeah, it looks like Walker Valley may be trying to make this a two-down scenario with Roman in this package.
Yeah, Isaac Goins, number 40, is checked in at that Y-back position. We're familiar. We saw Tate Roundtree play that position for the Mustangs last season. And once again, number 13 making a big play, A.J. Westfield for the Bears. It was a handoff to Roman Yulo, and before he could really get his feet going, A.J. Westfield right there to wrap him up around the ankles, coming off the edge on that far Bradley side. That's something that we've seen here early. The Mustangs have been accounting for him. Now he's starting to make some adjustments and make some plays, and he's causing some chaos in the Mustang backfield.
Yeah, it looks like Walker Valley's going to go for it here. Hard count, no biters. They've got trips to the away side, and it looks like they've got an extra tight end in there as well. So
that's about 4th down and 6. Scoreboard shows 4th and 5. Stevens under pressure from Westfield. He's going to get away. Keeps his feet almost brought down again, and he's going to run it and just get back to the line of scrimmage. That is not going to be enough for the Mustang first down. That is going to be a turnover on downs. So Bradley will take over at about their own 40-yard line. One thing that I would like to see there is we need to be rolling away from A.J. Westfield's side because he's getting through clean.
Yeah, absolutely. But I want to give credit to Stevens there. That could have been a 10, 15-yard loss. Instead, it was no gain on the play.
Never had an opportunity to set his feet and get rid of the football either.
And really, it looks like he might have gotten 2 yards on the play now that the ball's marked at the 38. So, great job of being able to avoid pressure, but you never want to see that on 4th down.
And you're right there in no man's land where you could try to punt it and force them back in their own territory, but if you're going to go for it, that's a good place to do it. Ball handed off Bradley. That's number 0 who bounces it outside, and he's got a lot of green in front of him, enough for a first down. He's going to be brought down at the Walker Valley 35-yard line. A huge chunk gain by number 0 of Bradley. I'm going to get that to you here in just a second.
Yeah, that should have been stopped for no yardage on the play there. They did a good job of filling the gaps that were supposed to be filled, but he just bounced off of the tackler and was able to get outside.
That was number 0, Kenyon Phelps, on the play. Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care for all your orthopedic needs. Voitech.com. 8:40 to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Bradley from the Mustang 35. They go back to Phelps, and he's got 5, 6, 7 yards, but there is some laundry on the field.
Yeah, and it's right around that holding area. It was right around the line of scrimmage, so I would expect that this one's going to be coming back.
That's something that we saw with Bradley last week, some penalty issues.
Holding on the Bears, so that'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Our penalty sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant.
So that'll mark them back 10 from the spot of the foul. It looks like they were calling the holding penalty at the 40-yard line, so it's only going to back them up about 5 yards from the original spot. So it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 40.
Dell's Heating and Air. JustCallDells.com.
Chick-fil-A located on Key Street in Paul Huff. Download the Chick-fil-A app today.
So now we see Bradley back in that spread set, single back. to the right of Cook. He's going to pass. He rolls to the far side. He's got pressure from the Mustangs, and he's going to be forced out of bounds just shy of the Walker Valley 30-yard line. That's going to be about a pickup of 3 or 4 yards, it looks like. 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And so they're going to give him a couple more yards there on the sideline, making it about 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, he stumbled forward and then fell out of bounds. So I think where he initially was contacted at was about where you were saying, but then fell forward and did a little tuck and roll. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and about 5 for the Bradley Bears.
Ball handed off to Phelps, and
he
he's
met
immediately. That looks like that was number 13. Number 13 of the Bears.
It was 19, Miles Hawk.
19, Miles Hawk, linebacker for the Mustangs. Met Phelps right at the line of scrimmage, just behind, actually, and it looks like he stretched out enough just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Miles Hawk had a huge game last week, 10 tackles, 2 sacks. Did a really, really good job. And this atmosphere tonight is ruckus. You look at the extended home section, completely full by the band and the Bradley fans. The track is surrounded. The band is going. Dr. Lindbergh has got the music blaring. This is an awesome Friday night experience for all the fans.
Yeah, 7 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Score 0-0. 3rd down and 4 for the Bears as they come out in a bunch set, and they're going to run it with, looks like number 2, Braden Carroll, who's going to be right near that first down marker. Let's see if they move those chains. It's close.
It looks like they stole a page out of the Mustangs book there. It almost looked identical to what they like to run and did a good job. He bounced it outside and was able to get the first down. Originally was marked a little short, but then bumped it up a little bit more.
Yeah, we see the Mustangs do that exact same look, that load set with Roman Yulo, and that's what we're seeing right now.
They're going to stay in it.
Yep, number 2, Braden Carroll, the senior wide receiver, 6'3", 190 pounds, transfer from Cleveland.
Somebody's getting sent off the field for knee pads, it looks like.
That's Jacob's favorite thing right there, let me tell you.
Oh, wait, no, let's see. No, there's just an official time.
We got a former Mustang legend, Brady Montgomery, here in the building, walking up the bleachers here. Good to see Brady.
Ball snapped. They're going to hand it off out of that package. He's going to bounce it outside to Phelps, and he gets a good 6-yard chunk out of it. Phelps lost his helmet, so I wonder if he will be coming back onto the field.
Crown, your Jeep Ram headquarters in Southeast Tennessee on I-75 at exit 20.
So 2nd and 3 here for the Bradley Bears. It looks like they're going to stay in this bunch package with Braden Carroll as the quarterback.
In Mustang territory at the 18-yard line, 2nd down and 3 with 6 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the first.
Braden Carroll, keeper, he's going to have enough for the first down and a little bit more there as he was patient, let that hole develop and bounce through it.
No, you're exactly right. You saw him kind of just pause for just a moment to allow his offensive line to do the work necessary to open up that run lane for him, and he does advance the football. It looks like just shy of the 10 at about the 11-yard line. So it's going to be just outside the 10 with 5:57 to go in the first. Still no score, but the Bears are threatening in Mustang territory.
Yeah, they're officially in the Kia of Cleveland drive zone down here, marching their way. And right now, the Walker Valley Mustangs don't have an answer for this package.
And we see once again they go to it. And that's Carroll on the carry. He's going to be forced out of bounds.
There's a flag on the play, and it's deservingly so. So I got the binoculars tonight. I've got a zoomed-in view. Michael Wood was trying to make a tackle right there and was being drugged off to the side and was still able to push Carroll out, but they were right on top of it.
So that penalty is sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant.
So this will be a 10-yard holding penalty from the spot of the foul, which was close to the tackle. So it's probably going to be one of those scenarios like the last holding where it's going to be like 1st and 15, 1st and 12.
And that's one thing we saw last week in Bradley's loss to McMinn County. One thing that really kept them from
it's a 15-yarder. It's a face mask.
Okay, one thing that really took them from being able to take the game were penalties. So that's something that Coach Floyd wanted to address with his team.
So it's still 1st and 10. Confused on the spot here.
That is. 5:36 to go.
Same play. Carroll's going to bounce it outside. He's going to have some room. He's going to get about an 8 or 9 yard carry. Tackled by number 27 of the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was Tyler Goldman. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm a little confused by that penalty call. because they only backed them up to the original line of scrimmage. But Bradley running a very fast-paced offense right now. They've got the ball inside the 5-yard line, marked at about the 3-yard line, and there's going to be a whistle on the play.
Penalty marker on the play.
Actually, a penalty, and that came from this near Mustang sideline. Once again, the Bears working from left to right where we are here in the home press box.
Yeah, they're talking to the head official right now, trying to get a call in. Let's see. It's against the Mustangs. I'm not sure what it is, though. Illegal substitution. So that's going to march the Bradley Bears a little bit forward, and that's going to be an automatic first down, I believe. And it's going to make it first and goal from the 1-yard line.
5:05 to go here in the first quarter. Bradley threatening to get the first score of the game. The Mustang student section and band getting really loud down there. Braden Carroll still at quarterback for the Bears. Ball snapped. He's going to follow his offensive line and strike for the first score of the game. That's a touchdown, Bradley, on the legs of Braden Carroll with 4:59 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the Mustangs have obviously identified something that they're going to have to go back in and talk to. You know, after every drive, they go down to the defense bench down here and they look at the film, look at the tape. They're going to have to figure out how to stop Braden Carroll from bouncing outside. You know, it's funny. Bradley's kind of using our own medicine on us.
You're absolutely right. And Bradley set for the extra point. Kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. Bradley Central 7, Walker Valley 0 with 4:59 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Make this the summer event going on now at Crown CDJR Cleveland. Shop over 200 new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams. Up to $20,000 off MSRP. Gladiators, 2,500 pickups, Wagoneers, even Wranglers with huge discounts. Take advantage of model year closeout savings on a new 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack. Up to $20,000 off MSRP. Crown CDJR, the better way to buy and service. Visit CrownChryslerDodgeJeep.com. On select models, stock 412318.
From the job site to the showroom, Wholesale Supply has the top brands you trust at the prices that work for your bottom line. With over 30 locations across the Southeast and over 75 years of service, no one supports contractors and communities like we do. Wholesale Supply, built to supply, trusted to deliver.
Men, are you having testosterone issues? Don't risk your health at a pop-up low-T clinic. Tennessee Valley Urology offers safe, medically supervised treatment with real results. And they're expanding. Their new Ooltewah location opens this fall. TNValleyUrology.com. Book your appointment today.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. Kickoff goes to Boyd. He's going to try to bounce it outside, and he's met by a couple Bradley tacklers. He's going to be down around the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Bradley taking the approach to do some pooch kickoffs, really sky kickoffs to where the Mustangs doing a good job getting it into their return man's hands, allowing them to come up on the football. But Bradley's coverage team doing a great job getting down there, preventing Sawyer Boyd from being able to advance that kick. 4:52 to go here in the first quarter. Bradley currently leading 7-0 after the Braden Carroll rushing touchdown. They've shifted the wide receiver in to their version of the load package and allowing him to run the football, as Jacob alluded to, taking a page out of Walker Valley's book as we see with Roman Yulo. But right now at quarterback for the Mustangs, Chase Stevens with Roman Yulo behind him at running back.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that a lot in some of these big games when they feel like they're going to need to save Cunningham's legs a little bit. And also, you want your best player to have the ball in his hands as many times as possible.
1st and 10, Mustangs. It's a pass play. He goes deep. There's nobody there. Sawyer Boyd, a little miscommunication between him and Stevens. Stevens looked like he got held up a little bit around the 30-yard line and broke his route off. And Chase Stevens threw the deep ball to the other 40-yard line where there was just nobody there.
Yeah, if you're a Mustang, you're not loving this start here after the turnover on 4th down. I say turnover on downs, and then the miscommunication, and then Bradley kind of stealing one out of your own book and running a package from the 30-yard line all the way in.
Well, one thing that we did see early in this game was Walker Valley having success running the football against Bradley, and it looks like we're going to get back to that right here as Cason Cunningham's going to pick up about 6 yards there, maybe 7.
Yeah, I think Cason Cunningham's heard all the talk in the offseason about Javen Hall leaving, Spencer McCooch leaving, and he's running with a purpose tonight, folks. I'll tell you that much. He's not a very big cat, but he's going to run downhill hard.
Speaking of Spencer McCooch, he's in coverage at the nickel position for Bradley's defense. Obviously, a Mustang last season, transferred to Bradley, playing primarily on defense for the Bears. 4:38 to go here in the first quarter. Bradley 7, Walker Valley 0. It's 3rd and 5 Mustangs. Ball snapped. It's a quick pass out to Luke Hayden, and he's going to pick up only about 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, he's going to be short, so that's going to bring up a 4th down scenario. And, you've got to have a lot of faith in your team to go for it right here because you are on their territory.
So they're actually going to say he picked up a little bit more, about 3 yards on that play. It's going to be 4th and 1.
All right, so Walker Valley rolling the dice early here. I'll tell you one thing. I'm running away from 13. They're going to stun him, and they're going to move him over at the last second, which is going to make the Mustangs rethink some things as well.
They go hard count, no biters from Bradley. Another hard count, no biters. We've got the play clock down to 6 seconds.
I was about to say, I'd hate to use your second timeout here so early, but it looks like they're going to do that here.
And again, I think that's a smart timeout if you're Coach Akins. If you're going to go for it 4th and 1 here in your own territory, you do not want to rush it.
Yeah, you don't. But hey, they're going to take a break. We'll take a break with them. We will be back in 30 seconds.
The Billy Haney Meat Company has been serving this community for 56 years, locally owned and operated and open to the public. Feel free to call or just walk in to get all of your bulk food needs with no membership required. Keep your chest freezer stocked with frozen and fresh hamburger patties and frozen chicken of all types. The Billy Haney Meat Company literally has it all. Those square pizzas we all loved in school, they have those too. And they keep a large supply of your favorite candy and chips. Call the Billy Haney Meat Company at 336-2468 or visit them at 2154 Old Charleston Road.
Welcome back to Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good buddy Andy Morris. Coach, what's the score?
It's currently 7-0 Bradley with 3:50 to go here in the first quarter. 4th and 1 for the Mustangs, and it does look like they're going to bring out the punt team after taking that timeout. Roman Yulo back to punt, which we did see last week against Cleveland. Not afraid to run a fake with Roman Yulo back there being the one punting the football, and he could also actually punt the football pretty well.
Yeah. So it looks like they're going to blow this one dead, and Mustangs look frustrated about it, so it's going to back them up 5, I believe.
That penalty sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant. So that is going to be illegal procedure against Walker Valley. That's going to back them up. So now it's going to be 4th down and 6 with 3:50 to go here in the first quarter. Jersey College School of Nursing. Your nursing career starts here. jerseycollege.edu. And that's a high snap over Yulo's head. He's going to field it at the 5. And he is not going to be able to get this one off. He's going to be tackled at the 15. That's about the worst-case scenario aside from Bradley recovering that.
Yeah, absolute nightmare scenario so far to start this game. Just not going the Walker Valley Mustangs' way. And again, this is something we talked about. Like you've got to operate with few mistakes, few penalties, and right now the Mustangs are just not getting it done.
3:43 to go here in the first quarter. Bradley leading 7-0 over Walker Valley, and Bradley starting this drive deep in Mustang territory at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, you've got to hope for 3 right here. Honestly, you've got to hope to hold to 3. But if we're being honest, they're marching. Now, they've got Cook back out here, but in that last package, they were able to move it at will. They're going to hand it off up the middle. He's going to bounce it off the right side. He continues to go. Walker Valley is going to wrap him up around the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was Phelps once again, number 0 for the Bears. Brought down by number 27 of the Mustangs, Tyler Goldman.
Yeah, I thought I heard some ruckus. Coming from somewhere. I just didn't hear what it was. It kind of took me aback for a second.
Of course, we've got the headsets on up here, so everything sounds
muffled.
3:14 to go. Clock continuing to roll. 2nd down and 1 for Bradley. And they're going to hand it back off to Phelps. He is going to have enough for the first down to about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, so it's going to be first and goal from the 2. It looks like at this point that Bradley's probably going to hop up to a 2-score lead early.
Yeah, definitely seeing the run game from Bradley completely take over. Almost, and you look at the Walker Valley defense not even entertaining a threat of a pass.
Be a hand up off the middle. He's going to keep his feet churning, and he has enough for 6, so Bradley will score. Go ahead.
So initially, he did not have enough. The second effort got him across the goal line, and that was a late signal for 6. There is a Mustang player down on the field, but right now, the score with 2:38 to go here in the first quarter, Bradley 13, Walker Valley 0, pending this extra point while the player is down. We're going to take a quick 30-second break here on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1.
Sharpen those pencils, pack those snacks, and don't forget that back-to-school smile.
Whoa, did you get braces?
Yep, I went to Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics at Chattanooga. They let me pick these colors. It was so easy.
Lucky, I can't wait to get braces.
At Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics in Chattanooga, we're here to get those pearly whites picture day ready.
Cheese!
Call 423-541-5500 or visit pdoc.com to book your back-to-school appointment today.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home for Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. Bradley just scored. Extra point is good. That makes the score 14-0 with 2:38. I've got a Billy Haney Meat Company scoreboard update. Cleveland on the board 7, McMinn 7 in the first quarter.
Yeah, once again, Bradley started things off on the first drive of the game, sponsored by First Horizon, with a Braden Carroll rushing touchdown. And we've just seen since then Bradley completely go to the ground, not even factoring the pass game into what they're doing. Definitely resorting to the run for the Bears, that is, as they're up 14-0 with 2:38 to go here in the first quarter. Mustangs set to receive the kick. We see our return guys creeping up a little bit there, Jacob.
So, creeping up a little bit, like you said, Bradley has done a good job pooch kicking so far. Be interested to see if Walker Valley ever tries to do a quick switch late, but you also know that Sawyer Boyd has enough to take the top off at any moment as well.
So Coach Akins on the sideline letting Sawyer Boyd know he does need to back up a little bit. Bradley might be trying to kick this one deep this time, and sure enough, they do. A solid kick from Bradley. It's going to be fielded by Roman Yulo at about the 4-yard line. He bobbles it, picks it up, and he's got some field, finds a gap, gets across the 20, balls on the ground, and Bradley is signaling that they have the football. That is the last thing that you wanted to happen there. Ball on the ground. Bears take over once again in Walker Valley territory.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be uphill sliding. This game kind of feels like how Cleveland did last year with this 21, potential 21-point lead early.
One thing that I'll say on the heels of you saying that is we saw the Mustangs have the ability to get right back in games. They did it last year. A lot of those guys back this year. But one thing that you've got to cut down on, as there's a minute 57 to go here in the first quarter, is the turnovers and the field position. You've got to win the field position game.
Yeah, and really they need to get this defense off the field. This has been multiple long drives back to back to back. Ball snapped, going to be handed off to...
That's Phelps once again.
Walker Valley does a good job covering it this time. A herd of Mustangs around the ball.
I believe that's actually going to be a loss on the play. Phelps is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Miles Hawk credited with the tackle there. Miles Hawk Jr. coming in, making an impact early on the defense side of the ball in these first two games.
A minute and 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Bradley with the football at the Walker Valley, we'll call it the 23-yard line. And it looks like they have, I believe that is Carroll. You got the binoculars, Jacob. Can you see past that running back there?
It's Cook.
That is Cook.
Going to pass, and he is blown up.
McCooch tied up by who else? Number 2, Aiden Burns, brought down for a loss.
Yeah, Aiden Burns, great young man. I got the chance to coach in baseball. but very fiery.
You think that one was a little personal right there as he came up on Spencer McCutcheon, made the tackle, and was fired up after the play?
Tad bit. Part of me wonders if he held him up so some friends could join the party.
50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's 3rd and 12 for the Bears. Ball snapped, pass. It's out to the flat. He's going to be brought down for another loss all the way back at the 35-yard line. Michael Wood coming up and making a big play
I think
there.
that was a double pass.
I think you're right because it was well behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think that was going to be a double pass, but Michael Wood out there got to him quickly.
So I want to say something. You said you want to hope for 3 here. Bradley has now been backed up so far that they're having to punt.
Yeah, that's a really good sign that Walker Valley hasn't checked out of this game. It's easy to let a few mistakes happen and then get checked out quickly. Now you just got to make sure that nothing shaky happens here on this Cleveland Utilities power punt.
Back to return for the Mustangs. I believe that is Roman Yulo. Or that might be Kason Cunningham, as a matter of fact. The white numbers on the baby blue jerseys are a little difficult.
It's number 8, Cunningham, but that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break. We will be back in 1.
Struggling to find the right nuts and bolts? Stop searching because Cleveland Fasteners has what you need. Since 1992, we've been Cleveland's go-to source for hard-to-find fasteners, hydraulic hoses, and top-quality tools for maintenance and construction. No minimum orders, same-day delivery, and walk-ins are always welcome. And with our expert team, you get personalized service that big box stores just can't match. Find us on Starview Drive behind Bradley Rentals or call 423-472-5010. Cleveland Fasteners. If we don't have it, you don't need it.
Need a new shop, garage, or other unique space? Explore post-frame building kits from Best Buy Metals. Best Buy Metals kits utilize steel trusses for the ultimate in strength and durability. When you need it to last, call Best Buy Metals. Stop by or visit bestbuymetalroof.com for your custom structure.
Welcome back to Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined with my good friend Andy. We're about to watch a Cleveland Utilities power punt from the Bears after a great defensive stop for the Mustangs.
Now, Kason Cunningham back to return the punt for the Mustangs. He's standing at his own 10-yard line. He signals fair catch. He's going to let it bounce.
Let it roll.
And it is not going to get into the end zone.
Oh.
It is. It's going to be knocked into the end zone.
Oh, no, they're going to – it looks like they threw it like where he touched it. That may be a high school rule.
So that was over-pursued by Bradley and knocked into the end zone. But so they are signaling. The other official did signal touchback.
Okay.
So it was over-pursued by the Bear coverage unit and knocked into the end zone. Had they slowed down a little bit, Walker Valley would be starting this drive at their own 1-yard line.
Yeah, once you see that beanbag thrown out there, you think that's where they're trying to mark the ball.
That's where it was first touched.
Yeah, and so the head official came in and moved it up to the 20-yard line, so it is going to be a touchback.
So we're in the second quarter. USS, your waterproofing and foundation experts. USSTN.com.
USS doing a lot for the station. Giving out some tickets for some Tennessee Vols away games.
Vols 25, something that's a big deal at our family of stations, giving away those tickets to go see the Tennessee Volunteers on the road. Ball snap. It's a pass play completed to number 7 of the Mustangs, and he's going to be wrapped up. And, man, that was a pretty solid shot right there. That was number 7, senior Joseph Arnett on the reception. He's going to pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards.
On the play, it'll be 2nd and 6.
T-shirt cannon about coming into play up here in the booth.
That definitely distracted us a little bit. We're going to have to play some defense up here. 11:23 to go here in the second quarter. Hard count, no snap. Chase Stevens looks over to Coach Akins, is getting the signal from the sidelines. That's something you see Walker Valley's offense work quick. They are in that spread set. They've got trips to the far side, working from left to right. They've got the field house to their back. Pass is complete to Roman Yulo all the way down to the 40-yard line. A great ball there from Chase Stevens.
Yeah, absolutely. Great ball. Striked him in what am I trying to say? In stride. There we go.
And listen, he caught it at the 40 and was brought down at the 45, so it looks like they maybe
Yeah,
looks like this one back.
Looks like this one may be coming back. Folks, I'm sorry we seem a little distracted. A T-shirt hit our window.
Yeah,
the
right in front of us.
The cannon is in play tonight, that's for sure.
Hey, quick shout out, Dr. Jeremy Jones, new principal here at Walker Valley High School, down here in front of us, mingling with the crowd. Excited. His first experience as principal here at Walker Valley High School on a Friday night home football game.
So that's going to bring up what looks like to be 2nd and 16, maybe.
So that does, in fact, back the Mustangs up. That penalty sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant, and I believe that was a holding call.
Yeah, you hate to see it because it was a great strike, and you feel like the momentum was kind of turning back in your direction, and now you're back inside the 20. He's going to get some pressure, and he is dropped.
2nd and 16, and he's absolutely smothered by number 13, A.J. Westfield, completely unaccounted for. That's something, when you're talking about the best player on the defense, he cannot be completely unaccounted for.
Yeah, there is a flag on the play. I don't know if there's any extracurriculars down there. Let's see if we get a call. Nope, there's no flag. They're going to say 3rd down. Ball is marked at the 5.
Yeah, and that's one of those. Just coming off the edge, A.J. Westfield with a head full of steam. Chase Stevens did not have a chance. It was another pass play. So it is now 3rd down and 30 with 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Bradley leading 14-0.
Yeah.
Chase Stevens, quarterback for the Mustangs, with his heels on the goal line, hands this one off just for a little bit of space. And Kason Cunningham is going to get just past the 10-yard line, just enough breathing room to be able to punt the football.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was 3rd down and Country Road. Take me home because – multiple, I guess a penalty and then a big sack right there. A.J. Westfield coming off the edge, hard and heavy. But now I believe you still got Roman Yulo back there, but you cannot have another missed snap right here because that could lead to 6 or 2.
Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care. For all your orthopedic needs, Voitech.com. Clock down to 9:17.
That was a good snap there, right there, and a good boot. It's going to go all the way back to the 50 where it's going to be down because the Bradley player slipped. Did a great job catching it. Could have been a scenario there for the Bears like we had a few minutes ago.
Yeah, so about a 48-yard punt for Roman Yulo, and being backed up against your own goal line, not a bad scenario here for Bradley to take over this drive. But with 9 minutes, you have to imagine the way their offense has been running the football. They're going to eat a lot of clock with obviously trying to go up 3 scores.
Yeah, and Bradley gets the ball back after the half as well. So if you're the Walker Valley Mustangs, you're really hoping for a 3 and out right here, try to get the football back and limit the mistakes, the mental mistakes. That so far, that's what's been the game changer in this game. Bradley did a good job on that first drive, driving down the score, but after that, we've given them the ball on their side of the field.
One thing I'd like to see here are the Mustangs going after the football. A turnover would be nice here as they go to Phelps. He bounces it outside here to the near side, past the 40 to the 35. Brought down right around the 35-yard line of Walker Valley.
Yeah, did a good job of bouncing it outside.
Dell's Heating and Air. Just call Dells.com.
Chick-fil-A, located on Key Street in Paul Huff. Download the Chick-fil-A app today.
8:55 to go till halftime. Bradley up 14-0. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs as the Bears, Coach Floyd's offense continues to pound the football.
Yeah, not really having to throw it out there very much. Ball snapped. It's going to be a quick throw outside. Walker Valley is all over it, though. No gain. Maybe on the play.
Hi, this is James with Cleveland Business Services. We're here standing by ready to help any local small businesses with a variety of needs. And we can handle just about any tax situation you find yourself with, whether it be business, personal, or a combination of both. Our personal tax returns start at $39. We can help you get filed using our app. We can schedule you an in-office appointment, or you can simply drop off your tax documents and be filed within 48 hours or less. Reasonable rates and a dedicated staff are just a few reasons why Cleveland Business Services is a great choice. Give us a call today at 423-86-TAXES. That's 423-868-2937.
This is Dr. Brian Beard with the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry. Not a day goes by that someone doesn't tell me how special my team is, how caring, compassionate, and friendly, and just how different the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry is compared to other dental or medical offices. We are absolutely a blessed team. We are family, and we treat our patients as family. Come see the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry difference for yourself. Give us a call, 476-6541.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, it makes sense to choose an insurance agent that's a part of your community. Your local Allstate agent knows the ins and outs of both owning and protecting a home in your neighborhood. By choosing a local Allstate agent, you get an expert who knows the community and is committed to getting to know you, which means George Gray can help you get the protection you want that fits you and your life. Are you in good hands? Contact George Gray, Allstate Insurance, today for a free quote.
We are back on Oldies 99.1. Sorry for the technical difficulty there. Lost internet connection, but we are back. It is 3rd down and 6 for the Bears as they are on the 30-yard line.
7 minutes to go till halftime. Bradley up 14-0. Hard count, no biters, ball snapped. It's handed off up the middle to Spencer McCooch, and he is not going to have enough for the first down for the Bears.
I feel like this is a 2-down territory right here, especially with that Braden Carroll package. You're going to have about 4th and 2. It looks like Bradley is going to go for it. If you're Walker Valley, you got to stay disciplined. No free yards here with any hard counts, but you have to be able to get penetration.
No, you're exactly right, and it does look like they're going to shift in. They've sent McCooch back out wide to receiver.
A.J. Westfield is in on this package as well as a blocker.
Quarterback is number 2, Braden Carroll.
Ball snap. They're going to go behind A.J. Westfield, and they're going to have enough just by a yard to convert the 4th down try.
Yeah, 4th down and 3. Bears convert. That is a fresh set of downs for Bradley. Crown, your Jeep Ram headquarters in Southeast Tennessee, located off I-75 at exit 20.
Yeah, Bradley just running the ball right there behind A.J. Westfield, using him as a blocker. You know, we kind of talked about him potentially being the person that ran the ball in this package, but it looks like they're giving Braden Carroll those jobs. Braden Carroll's still back there, ball snapped. They're going to stay in this. They get good penetration, do a better job, but still a gain of about 4.
Yeah, Braden Carroll once again at quarterback, going to that direct snap QB run, a hybrid that we're very accustomed to here with Roman Yulo. 5:39 to go till halftime.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 7. They backed it up a yard. So 2nd and 7. Let's see if they stay in that package. Looks like they are.
Ball at the Mustang 24-yard line. Actually, 26-yard line, excuse me.
Ball snap. They hand it off this time, still going behind Westfield, bounces outside, and he's going to have a big run, and he is in for 6. Touchdown Bears.
That is Phelps, again, who we've seen the success for him come on the outside, doing a great job kicking it outside, hits the sideline and showing off his speed as Bradley goes up 20-0 with 5:12 to go till halftime.
Yeah, Walker Valley's got to respond here. Got to get back on the scoreboard. I say really get back on the scoreboard. They've got to get on the scoreboard if they want to be able to stay in this ball game. We've seen it happen. I'm not going to count them out. But
Bears set to kick the extra point. Ball snap, hold down, kick is up. It's knuckleballed in, and it is good. So Bradley 21, Walker Valley 0. With that, we're going to take a 1-minute break here on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1. We'll be right back.
What's in a name? Bradley Medical Center. Our name signifies a return to the spirit that built this community. Our hospital is proud to be a cornerstone for Bradley County and its neighboring communities. We've watched generations build a thriving community through hard work, compassion, and ingenuity. At Bradley Medical Center, our role is to make sure those same values inspire the care we offer you and your family every day.
Whirlpool Cleveland is currently hiring for entry-level production roles. Starting pay $18.25 per hour, jumps to $19.35 per hour after 90 days. Benefits start on day 1, including medical, dental, vision, 401k, life insurance, and more. 120 total hours of paid time off. 10 hours the first 3 months. Remaining balance after 90 days. Apply at jobs.whirlpool.com. Jobs.whirlpool.com.
Welcome back to Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good friend, Coach Andy Morris. Bradley set to kick off here as they lead 21-0.
Bradley going back to that pooch kick, fielded by Roman Yulo. He's going to get right to the 40-yard line and get stood up, and that is where the play is going to be blown dead. Yulo never brought down to the turf, but his momentum stopped. And that's where the Mustangs start this drive with 5:06 to go until halftime. Bradley with a 21-0 lead.
Yeah, if we were going to talk keys to the game, we got up here a little late. I had to do some mixed TV stuff. Talking about keys to the game, it would have been to stop this defensive line from getting pressure. And right now, A.J. Westfield, they're moving him all around. Hard to keep his hat covered.
Yeah, that's one thing right on cue. Keys to the game. Double team A.J. Westfield is what I had on here. Put pressure on other Bradley defenders to make plays and find a way to get the ball in Roman Yulo's hands. So far up to this point, that has not been able to happen. Chase Stevens completes a pass to Yulo at about the 45. So that's going to be a gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, you don't really want to rush here. You don't want to get rushed. You're not out of this game, but you do want to make sure that you're getting yards and picking them up and going down to drive to score. So I'm fine with a little 4-yard dump there by Roman, a unique, bring him in motion, get him around the line, and get it to him quick.
And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 for this Mustang offense, and I agree with you there, Jacob. If anything, I want to try to make sure Bradley doesn't get the ball back in their hands before halftime with 4:32 to go until halftime.
Yeah, they've got 2 guys on top of Yulo right here. They're going to look to the trip side, throw it. It's going to be the deep ball, and it is caught.
That is caught by number 10 for the Mustangs, junior Luke Hayden. On the go route, ran right past every defender, and a good ball from Chase Stevens. He makes the catch and is brought down. It looks like they're going to spot it just shy, maybe right at the 20-yard line, deep in Bradley territory.
If you're going to want to get back into this game, it's going to have to be through the passing game and exploit that secondary.
And I want to say this, Chase Stevens got rid of that football with A.J. Westfield in his face.
Ball snap. It's going to be a handoff to Cunningham outside. He bounces it. He is blew up. Ball flies out, but it is out of bounds.
That might be one of the most aggressive hits I've seen in a while. That was number 5 linebacker, senior for the Bears, Caleb Jackson. Absolutely unloaded on Casey Cunningham, and that ball squirted about 10 feet up into the air and flew out of bounds, but not before Cunningham was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The officials are meeting on something. It's probably where the ball is going to be spotted if I had to take a guess.
I think you're right. Jersey College School of Nursing. Your nursing career starts here. jerseycollege.edu. 3:55 to go till halftime.
No, it's a holding penalty.
So that is going to go against the Mustangs.
10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Mustangs. Ball is going to be marked at about, let's see where they try to put this thing down at.
Right at the 25. So, again, that penalty sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant. So Walker Valley now backed up 1st and 14.
They back him up more.
They're going to back him up all the way to the 30, so we're going to figure out that yardage. It looks like it's going to be close to about 1st and 20. Yeah, 1st and 19. So 3:55 to go till halftime. Bradley 21 and Walker Valley 0.
Got trips over here to the home side, single receiver to the away. Roman Yulo's down here in kind of that slot position. They're going to slide somebody in. They've got, looks like they're running man coverage. Ball snapped. It's going to be a QB keeper.
Chase Stevens, not a chance on that one. He was wrapped up around the legs, and then a couple of Bears bring him to the turf pretty aggressively. That's the way Bradley plays defense. 3:38 to go till halftime, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and very long. Stevens was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but when you're against the chains already, can't be getting no gains.
Yeah, they're going to go twins to both sides. Roman Yulo, and it looks like Sawyer Boyd out there to the far side. Hard count, nobody biting.
So I actually like the matchup here. It's on the near side.
Yeah,
Sawyer
you got
Boyd.
Sawyer Boyd.
And as a matter of fact, I believe that timeout is going to be called by Bradley. In fact, it is. That timeout sponsored by Milligan Vane. With that, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back here on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1.
Do you suffer from unsightly leg veins? Manhattan Materials is a hot mix asphalt producer in Cleveland. They make asphalt for contractors and supply for both commercial and residential projects. The finest hot mix asphalt in the region, conveniently located a mile from I-75. Call Manhattan Materials at 423-813-7007.
Watch over your money so you've got more to share. Use the Your Money app from TVFCU.
TVFCU, a place for all of us.
Welcome back to Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good buddy Andy Morris. Not the start Walker Valley's wanting 21-0 with 3:15 left to go in the half.
Yeah, Bears have taken control of this game early, but Walker Valley really for the first time tonight threatening that still against the chains at the Bradley 30-yard line, 2nd down and 19. But we said this during the break. If you're Walker Valley here, I'm looking for a deep ball, trying to find Sawyer Boyd or Roman Yulo.
So they're going to go trips to the home, single receiver to the away, looking. Hit by A.J. Westfield. Ball was going to, but it caught. Lucky that ball was caught at all.
That was caught by number 7, Joseph Arnett. And again, that's A.J. Westfield in the backfield, hitting his old teammate from Cleveland, quarterback Chase Stevens for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and you show him some love there, too. He went back over, he started pursuing the ball after he was gone, but went back over there and slapped him on the butt and said, hope you're all right, man. So great sportsmanship there by A.J.
Listen, A.J. Westfield, we've talked about him a lot, but not in depth tonight. He's committed to Tulane. We saw what he did for Cleveland last season, and we're already seeing it this season for the Bears. Easily one of the best players in our area, and there's a reason he's got these D1 offers and he's committed to Tulane.
Yeah, so they've got twins out to the away side. Roman Yulo is double covered, ball snapped. Looking to the other side, caught. Going to be enough for a first down, and really a little extracurricular there.
No flag, though.
No flag. I thought he was.
That was number 10, Luke Hayden, on the reception, all the way down, just shy. It looks like they're going to mark him at the 10-yard line, and he was brought down well out of bounds on that play.
Yeah, he was drug out of bounds and then slung down, but it wasn't really malice. It just, to me, was
continuation of the play.
Yeah, it was a little late. But they're going to go in the load package now. Roman Yulo set to take the football. They're going to say somebody has moved.
Well, Walker Valley's pointing at Bradley. That is going to be against the Bears. That penalty, a big one, sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant. And it is not sponsored by the Bradley Central defenses. They're going to be backed up now a little bit more toward their own goal line. And we're seeing another personnel change. Chase Stevens coming back in at quarterback here. This is
I had that wrong. It wasn't enough for the first down. It was 4th and inches there. So they were going for it, and that's going to be an automatic first down. And now it's 1st and goal here for the Mustangs. So finally knocking on the door, but you got to get all 10.
And you've got Chase Stevens at quarterback here. Interesting. Another bite by Bradley. And Walker Valley's pointing, trying to figure out why there wasn't a flag. I guess he was not quite into the neutral zone. 2:18 to go till halftime. Ball snap. Stevens has Cunningham out of the backfield. Cunningham lit up at the 5-yard line. But the pass was complete. So that's going to be a gain of about 3 yards. Case and Cunningham on the reception. Having to kind of turn back towards the ball. And the safety for Bradley comes up and makes a good hit once again. We've seen a lot of aggression out of the Bear linebacking core and secondary tonight. 1:52 to go till halftime.
Yeah, another. I know I don't want to harp on this. A.J. Westfield tapping the guy on the head, like just good sportsmanship. You can tell these teams want to beat each other, but you can tell they go to school, in the same. Oh, got another one.
So that was a hard count by Stevens again, and I think this is going to be another one against the Bears, another penalty. Bradley County Litter Grant. Let's see where that one goes. They're going to mark it. Offsides on the defense. That's going to back Bradley up inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, half the distance to the goal. It's going to be 2nd down. So it looks like it's 2nd down from the 3-yard line. You wonder if they stay in this package or if they run the Roman Yulo machine on.
And it looks like they're not going to transfer to that load package. 1 and 32 seconds to go till halftime. 2nd down and goal for the Mustangs. Ball at the 3-yard line, deep in Bradley territory.
Hard count, no biters this time.
That's something that you can be assured Bradley's going to catch on to at some point. Bears up 21-0. Stevens back to pass, and it looks like the receiver was held there, and there's going to be no flag. And you heard just about everybody around us yell holding. And because you could see the receiver get spun around. That was number 10, Luke Hayden, in the end zone looking for the ball, literally getting twirled around like they were dancing out there.
Yeah, 3rd and goal from the 3. I think you're going to see 2 back-to-back runs here by Roman Yulo if they can't punch it in on the first one.
3rd down and 3. You're hoping that the success of that load package for Coach Aikens' offense continues here. Clock now down at 1 minute and 11 seconds. Bears up 21-0. Walker Valley looking to get their first score of the game. Ball snap. Roman Yulo met, and he might actually be brought down for a loss. And, in fact, it is going to be about a yard shy of the line of scrimmage.
So it looks like we're now in a passing scenario. If you gained a few yards on that, but Walker Valley has not been able to get much push with that Bradley front 7 in that load package so far tonight.
So we see quarterback Chase Stevens check back into the game. Clock continues to roll. Walker Valley does have 1 timeout left. Clock down to 38 seconds.
Oh, they're going to kick a field goal, yep.
So Stevens out there to be the holder. Walker Valley just trying to get on the board here before halftime. Hold is good. Kick is up. It looks good. They say no. It is wide. So Walker Valley fails to get on the scoreboard at the 3-yard line of Bradley.
Yeah, I probably, it's a numbers game. The statistics, may tell you to go kick it there. I don't know. In a game like this, I think I may be trying to punch one in, especially after being down 21-0.
When you've had as difficult of a time getting the ball in the Bradley territory as you've had, I agree with you there. And it's easy for us to sit up here and second guess.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you're at the 3-yard line, you can smell the barn. You want to try to walk away with some points. But now Bradley takes over at the 20-yard line, and they're going to take a knee.
Yeah, they get the ball back in the second half. They have a chance to make it a 4-score ball game coming out of halftime, so they're going to kneel it and take this
a little pushing and shoving going on by Michael Wood and Spencer McCooch on the far side, and Michael Wood kind of pleading with the official to throw the flag after the play as he's getting shoved by Spencer McCooch. But just a little bit of something to take into halftime if you're the Mustangs.
Yeah, Michael Wood still trying to plead his case, I think, down there to the officials.
Yeah, good teammate here. Aiden Burns goes down there and grabs him, and Coach Aikens as well, saying, hey, listen, they're not going to call it at this point. Let's go regroup and figure things out for the second half. With that, Jacob and I are going to take a quick break. We'll be back for the halftime show, the Southland Finance halftime show. Southland Finance is located at Peerless Road and 25th Street. You can visit them online at www.southlandfinance.net. The score at halftime, Bradley 21, Walker Valley 0. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
Leisure Time Bowling is Cleveland's party place. Birthday parties for children, teenagers, and adults. Birthday parties at home take a lot of work. A lot of decorating, cooking, cleaning. Let Leisure Time Bowling do the work for you. Custom party packages are available, including some with Cosmic Bowling. Call 728-2988, 728-2988, ltbowling.com.
So who is the best local law firm? Well, winning the Best of the Best award answers that question. You have some small firms that might get a nomination or two, mostly by friends and family. Then there are those that have been around a while that have gotten several nominations on name recognition alone. But only Warren & Griffin has won the Best of the Best law firm 10 years in a row. 10 years.
I'm C-Mark. I'm John Mark. Chattanooga's best law firm, 10 straight years.
Call us 265-HURT. We are your local law firm.
Wright Brothers Construction Company Incorporated has over half a century of experience completing some of the most challenging projects across the Southeast, from moving millions of cubic yards of excavation in Alabama to spanning rivers in Virginia. Find out more at WBCCI.com. WBCCI.com. Wright Brothers Construction Company congratulates the student athletes and families of Walker Valley High School and says, Go Mustangs!
When life gets busy, Little Caesars can be there to help with hot and ready pizzas and more from 4 to 8 p.m. You can't beat the taste of delicious pizza at a great price and hot and ready for dinner. 3 locations, Paul Huff, Key Street, and McGrady Drive, or order online.
Check your wallet. Empty?
Check your bills. Overdue? Check your stress level. Maxed? Now, check into cash. Check into Cash is your one-stop money shop, and we've got everything you need. Payday loans and flex lines of credit options? Check. Quick in-store services like money orders and wire transfers? Check. Turn your unused gift cards into cash? Oh yeah, check. And yes, we cash checks. All kinds. Fast. Check that off your list. Visit checkintocash.com or check into a store to get started. The process is simple, quick, and designed to get you the help you need fast. If you've been approved, you can leave with cash in hand. We have locations in the Chattanooga area, including Cleveland and Athens. Check in, cash out, and get on with life. Check into Cash. We fund today to make a better tomorrow. Subject to state regulations, eligibility, credit check, underwriting, and approval. Rates, restrictions, and fees apply. Visit the store for details.
From the job site to the showroom, Wholesale Supply has the top brands you trust at the prices that work for your bottom line. With over 30 locations across the Southeast and over 75 years of service, no one supports contractors and communities like we do. Wholesale Supply. Built to supply, trusted to deliver.
Wright Brothers Construction Company Incorporated has over half a century of experience completing some of the most challenging projects across the Southeast, from moving millions of cubic yards of excavation in Alabama to spanning rivers in Virginia. Find out more at WBCCI.com. WBCCI.com. Wright Brothers Construction Company congratulates the student athletes and families of Walker Valley High School and says, "Go Mustangs!"
Hi, I'm Stephen Beasley, and our family is the new owners of the UPS store in Cleveland, Tennessee. Whether you need to do a lightning-fast Amazon return or need to pack and ship with a guarantee, the UPS store is the place where you can make it happen. We also do a lot of printing, copies, and notary. The store is now open 7 days a week, and we've got the speed, the service, and yes, a smiling team. So the next time you need to ship, print, or return anything, don't go postal. Come see us at the UPS store in Cleveland.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group. They are open to the public. Once again, Andy Morris here along with Jacob Mason. We want to give a quick shout out to ATS The Bridge. They raise awareness of the opioid epidemic, guiding people who are ready to seek treatment and encouraging them to sustain sobriety once they're clean. Find out more at atsthebridge.com. Again, we're here for the Southland Finance halftime show. Southland Finance located off Peerless Road and 25th Street. Visit them online at www.southlandfinance.net. That's .net, southlandfinance.net. And, Jacob, we want to give a quick shout-out for our stats. Mr. Rob Varner does a great job each and every week keeping a running line of stats for us here as we're able to cover for the Southland Finance halftime show. And I want to make sure that I get our stats provided by Cleveland Fasteners and Supply. So that's a big one there. We appreciate Cleveland Fasteners. So we're going to go ahead and look at the running game for the Mustangs. And Kason Cunningham on 4 attempts has 22 yards. And then Roman Yulo on 3 attempts, only 8 yards. And that's kind of been the story of the Walker Valley run game, just not a lot going against a solid front led by A.J. Westfield of the Bears and a linebacking core that's really been packing the box tonight for that Bradley defense.
Yeah, I think Walker Valley can have success in the passing game. I know you have to continue to run the ball. You can't just abandon the run. But if you're wanting to get back into this game, you're going to have to get the ball out wide and get it out quick. We saw some flashes of success. Luke Hayden had a couple really big catches. Roman had one that got called back. But they're going to have to continue to run the football. But in my opinion, to get back into this game, we're going to have to start airing it out a little bit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And talking about airing it out, the passing game, Chase Stevens, kind of a decent night. He's under a lot of pressure. Again, A.J. Westfield comes into the conversation. He's the one causing a lot of that pressure. Chase Stevens, number 16, quarterback of the Mustangs, on 11 attempts has completed 6 passes with 73 yards and just not able to capitalize at the end of a couple drives there. But I imagine we've seen this year in and year out, Jacob, but it seems like after halftime, the offensive adjustments that Coach Akins and his teams are able to make, going back several years, usually results in a pretty solid second half.
Yeah, for sure. And really, to me, this game would be extremely close if the mental mistakes weren't there. You know, the snap that went over Roman's head, the fumble on the kickoff. You know, we've just put ourselves in some bad positions. Bradley has gone down and truly scored one time on their opening drive. Did a really good job of marching down the field after making Walker Valley go 4 and out. But the other two scores come on the heels of us just kind of turning the ball over or making some bad decisions. You know, we had to kick out of our own end zone and ended up giving them the ball on the 49-yard line, I believe. And, you know, anytime you give a offense as talented as Bradley and has as many playmakers as Bradley has, 49 yards is not a long way to go.
No, you're exactly right, Jacob. And going over to talking about Chase Stevens' passing game success that he has had tonight, Sawyer Boyd has been targeted a few times. I don't actually have his stats in front of me quite yet. Luke Hayden is another one, though. He's got 59 yards on, let's see how many receptions here, if I can find that. We're doing a little bit of different stat system here, but Luke Hayden does have 59 yards, averaging 14 and a half yards per reception. And then Kason Cunningham, a couple of receptions. One of those was for no gain, one was for about 2-3 yards. And I do recall he was actually lit up pretty good on that one. And then Roman Yulo, only a few targets through the air, had a big one down here that was called back. But that's something that Walker Valley is going to have to kind of correct whenever you do have some big games, some chunk plays. Can't be getting called for holding.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Bradley's handling it right. They're putting 2 over top of Roman, if not 3 sometimes. But what that means is there is somebody open or there is somebody in man coverage. So you're going to have to start exploiting that and you're going to have to start looking at it. But right now, again, it's not really anything that Walker Valley is doing wrong other than making these mental mistakes with penalties or turning the football over.
Yeah, again, the score at halftime, Bradley Central 21, Walker Valley 0. And I believe coming out of halftime, Bradley will be receiving the football.
They will.
And so that's something the Walker Valley defense has got to be ready. They spent a lot of time on the field in the first half, hoping that you can come out rejuvenated out of this halftime break. Once again, our halftimes are sponsored by Southland Finance on Peerless Road and 25th Street. You can visit them online at southlandfinance.net. And real quick, Jacob, let's go over to our middle school report. We know that there was a game that took place up here last night between Ocoee Middle and Lake Forest.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great game. Ocoee was kind of in the driver's seat all night long. Hezekiah Thomas, an absolute stud. Number 2, took a kickoff return back, took a punt return back, and then had 3 touchdowns on the ground. Absolutely electric running back. Has a bright future as a high schooler. Cullen Wilson had a good night. Really just an overall good night for both of those programs, even though Ocoee was sitting on top of that 34-2. I want to
38 to 18.
34-18.
34-18, okay. Good call. We'll get that corrected. And then across town, Cleveland Middle School took on a very tough Baylor team, losing that game 49-0. Baylor's absolutely loaded because we know Cleveland Middle's got a good football team. To be beat 49-0, that just kind of tells you a little bit about Baylor and their recruiting game that they've got going on down there. Let's call a spade a spade. Again, that is your middle school report. We're going to take a quick break. By the way, that middle school report is sponsored by Center for Cosmetic Dentistry. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back here in about 3 minutes, we're going to kind of lead you up to the opening kickoff of the second half and give you our Southland Finance history, Walker Valley football history, that is, going back to a year ago, just to tease that a little bit. You're listening to Walker Valley Football and Cleveland's Oldies 99.1. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
All Safe Storage and Ed Brown remind you to be generous, find a need, and give of your time, talent, and treasure to accomplish a good work. You will receive much more than you give. This message from All Safe Storage. Visit allsafetn.com.
For 75 years, United Community has listened to our customers and tailored our financial services to fit their needs. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Bank on us. Go to ucbi.com to see how we've spent 75 years serving our communities. Member FDIC.
This is Neil Scott, GM of United Structural Systems. We're currently looking to expand our teams at both our Chattanooga, Cleveland, and Knoxville offices. We have a first-class benefits offering with medical, dental, vision, and ancillary benefits, PTO upon hire date, referral bonuses up to $2,500 per referral, 401k, and weekly production bonuses. We have career paths, leadership development training, and even employer-sponsored industry certifications. If you're interested in joining, please go online at ussTN.com/careers or call us 423-320-8883.
Imagine a truck that doesn't just own the road, it dominates it. It's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. And our new GMC Sierra is elevating every moment of that journey for me. It's not just a truck, it's a lifestyle. Don Ledford didn't just sell me a truck. They saw the lifestyle I wanted, and they found me that truck.
Looking to furnish your home office? Look no further than Joe Rogers Office Supply. They have a great selection of office furnishings to complement your home. From desk to seating and filing solutions, Joe Rogers Office Supply can be your source to complete your home workspace. With furnishings from DMI, Eurotech, Hahn, and ISR Performance, they can design a workspace that can be uniquely yours and increase your efficiency for years to come. For the best in setting up your office, see Joe Rogers Office Supply, 156 Central Avenue in historic downtown Cleveland.
Southern Heritage Bank has always been committed to community and kids. One vital part of that commitment is to provide financial literacy, equipping you with the knowledge to help make good financial plans and decisions. Teach the kids in your life about the importance of saving money by being a summer saver. Invest in their future by opening a first-time savings account or making a deposit today, and they will earn a certificate for learning to manage money. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC. First-time savings account available for ages 17 and under. Minimum opening deposit $50.
Is your home leaking money through drafty walls and ceilings? For just $300, Independent Insulation Services will perform a complete air leakage test, identifying where energy and comfort is slipping away. We'll evaluate your home's performance and design a solution that fits your budget. A healthier, more energy-efficient home starts with the right test. Call today and schedule your home air leakage evaluation. 423-716-3762. Independent Insulation Services, your spray foam experts.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football. Supplied all season long by Cheetos. I'm just kidding. Sponsored by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public.
Time out. Shout out Wholesale Supply Group, our buddy Josh Rogers, but also a shout out to Cheetos. Jacob put on a phenomenal Cheetos eating exhibition up here during our break.
Deleted in 3 minutes.
Listen, he's got some orange dusted fingers, that's for sure. Think he's ready for a Syracuse-Tennessee matchup tomorrow down there in Atlanta with all the orange he's got going on. But listen, getting serious again. This is the Southland Finance halftime show. Southland Finance located off Peerless Road and 25th Street. And I tell you what, we appreciate their sponsorship here for our halftime coverage. But we're going to go ahead and go on over to our Southern Heritage Bank Walker Valley football history moment. In 2024, the 2-1 Mustangs took the short trip south down Lee Highway to face the 1-2 Bears in what turned out to be a dominating Mustang victory. The second ever victory against Bradley was powered by an all-around effort from wide receiver Roman Yulo, who had 2 receiving touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. Running back Javen Hall also had a rushing touchdown and 122 yards on the ground. The final score was Walker Valley 28, Bradley 7, and we're kind of seeing the complete opposite up to this point, Jacob, this season, as Walker Valley trails Bradley 21-0 at the half.
Yeah, it's been a slow start, kind of piggybacked off of some mistakes by the Mustangs, which is not very typical, but I'll say this. A.J. Westfield is one of the best players in our area, and he's causing a lot of havoc. That's something that it's hard to really prep for that unless you put 12 men on the defense, because that's basically what it's like trying to guard him.
Yeah, and that's one thing specifically talking about A.J. Westfield. He's had a direct impact on this game because Walker Valley has had to be so quick with Chase Stevens to get the ball out of his hands, because it doesn't matter what Walker Valley's tried to do on the offensive line. They have not been able to account for A.J. Westfield. And when you do that, you take bodies away from other guys that you're trying to account for. So just his presence alone has already been a big deal for this Mustang offense. And, of course, Walker Valley going to try to make some adjustments here during halftime. Again, this is the Southland Finance Halftime Show. They're located off Peerless Road at 25th Street, and you can visit them online at southlandfinance.net. And a shout-out to Cleveland Business Services for our halftime stats provided also by Mr. Rob Varner. Cleveland Business Services for all your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs and more. Give them a call at 423-86-TAXES. That's 423-86-TAXES, Cleveland Business Services. So we're about 4 minutes away from the second half kickoff here at the McKenzie Athletic Complex on the beautiful campus of Walker Valley High School. And Jacob, we talked about it going into the game, just how impressive this crowd is here tonight. Home side completely packed. The expanded visiting side over there packed out with Bradley fans, and we see the track almost completely lined up with fans 2, 3, 4 deep in a lot of places.
Yeah, this is what it's all about, man. It's all about supporting these kids, both the band, the cheerleaders, dance team, the football players. It's truly an awesome experience getting to cover these games, but just being a part of the overall show. I want to give a shout out to the Lady Mustangs softball team. They honored them at the beginning of halftime. Won a state championship this past year.
Sure did.
First in program history, so great job by those ladies, but what an absolute night for our county, as it feels like everybody's here.
Yeah, it's also Charleston night, and one thing Walker Valley does a very good job of making sure all those Charleston high school graduates have a place to call home. So it's nice to see the Walker Valley staff kicking off the season here, the football season that is, honoring those Charleston graduates and former Charleston Panther athletes. I know that's athletic director Mike Turner. Those Charleston Panthers hold a special place in his heart, and always enjoy seeing them come up here to Walker Valley. With that, we're going to take a quick break, about 2 minutes, right here on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, Walker Valley's home for football. Sponsored all season long by Wholesale Supply Group. Bradley 21, Walker Valley 0. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Friday Night Lights, hometown pride and the determination that drives our teams forward. At Southland Finance, we know what it takes to compete because our own Brent Matthews and Mike Parker were high school athletes themselves. They understand the hard work, commitment, and teamwork that go into every practice and every game. That's why Southland Finance proudly supports our local football teams on and off the field. From kickoff to the final whistle, we're cheering right alongside you. Experience the Southland difference today.
At the University of Tennessee, the Vols are known for competing at the highest level on the field, the court, and the diamond. And just like the Vols, Food City excels at everything too. They've got in-store butchers carving up certified Angus beef, fresh local produce, a full-service bakery, Fuel Bucks rewards, and one of the best beer and wine selections in town. Food City, the official supermarket of the Vols, and your home for everything Tennessee.
When competition is fierce, sports injuries happen, and Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is here to help. Saturday sports clinics are available at our Chattanooga and Cleveland offices from August 23rd through November 8th for the treatment of non-emergency orthopedic injuries like sprains, strains, and fractures. Doors open at 9 a.m., no appointment needed to be seen by our highly trained physicians and clinical staff. Saturday sports clinic dates are subject to change. Check sportmed.com for the latest information. That's sportmed.com.
Being a roof in the summertime is so difficult because my family is gone. They're off on vacation. They're at the beach, and here I am, alone. I wish they would just call Langley Roofing because I need some attention. I need a few repairs. I have a lot of work to do. And Langley Roofing can take such good care of me. I protect my family. I just need a little love. And Langley Roofing can make sure I live a full, healthy life. Even get the financing taken care of. LangleyRoofs.com. See a loved roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
The Cleveland Family YMCA offers affordable after-school programming on campus at most Bradley County and Cleveland City elementary schools. The Y After School program provides a safe, enriching, and fun environment for kids to thrive in beyond the school day. They'll get page-turning homework help and find their playful after-school spot with games, sports, and exercise. For more information, contact the Cleveland Family YMCA today at clevelandtnymca.org.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1.
Your exclusive home of Walker Valley football supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group and apparently Cheetos, according to Jacob Mason. But shout out to Wholesale Supply Group. I appreciate their sponsorship of our broadcast, along with, of course, our halftime show, Southland Finance. You can visit them online at southlandfinance.net. And we're a couple minutes away from the kickoff, the opening kickoff of the second half here. Bradley leading 21-0 over the Mustangs. The Bears are going to get the football. Jacob, what do we need to see differently for the Walker Valley offense to get some points on the board?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to balance the run and the pass a little bit better. I think we've been run heavy in this first half. Threw the ball 11 times, but it's kind of late there when we were already down. I think we're going to have to come out swinging, come out throwing some punches. But the defense, I think, is going to have a tall task because they're about to give Bradley the ball back right here to start off the second half. And if you go down 4, it's really, really hard to come back from.
No, you're exactly right. And that's one thing we're going to have to figure out a way to slow down A.J. Westfield one way or another if you're the Mustang offensive line, which is no easy feat for anybody. And we know that this is still a Mustang offensive line that is continuing to grow, learn, and develop, that definitely have their hands full with him tonight. Jacob, you got any scores from our Billy Haney Meat Company scoreboard?
I do, and it's a big one. Cleveland 14, McMinn 13 at halftime.
Wow, the Blue Raiders getting it together in week 2. So definitely going to pass that information along to our counterparts over here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3, the Bradley broadcast with Gary and RC.
Yeah, I got up here with our family stations tonight, and I know Terry and Greg are probably excited about that one going into halftime after a rough start to the year last week. But, again, McMinn, one of those formidable opponents that Walker Valley is going to have to face very, very soon.
Yeah, we've talked about this on our show, The Drive, that airs on ESPN Cleveland 101.3 weekdays at 5 o'clock, that there's a lot of growth that happens from week 1 to week 2, and we're seeing that amongst all of our local teams here. So very, very impressive showing by Cleveland up there in McMinn County. Jacob's still with us, for those of you that may be wondering. We're just seconds away from the opening kickoff here of the second half. Bradley up 21-0.
Now I've packed it up and gone home, man. I'm ready to eat some more Cheetos.
Well, I'm sitting here talking to you, and it gets quiet because you're too busy talking to other people.
Well, I'm a famous person, I guess.
Social butterfly.
I don't know what to tell you, but
we're going to start calling him the social butterfly, Jacob Mason.
You give me too many nicknames. I can't keep up around here. But Walker Valley is set to kick off here in the second half, and this is a big drive here. To me, this kind of determines the game. You have to be able to stop them.
Once again, that was the Southland Finance halftime show as we're set to kick off the second half here at Walker Valley High School. The Mustangs kicking off to the Bears, kicking from right to left with the school to their backs. The Bears with the field house to their backs. And we're set, and we've got a substitution here on the kickoff team for Walker Valley, getting it figured out. I think there was an equipment issue. But set to kick for Walker Valley, number 82, Chris Malik.
Bradley's got 3 men deep here. They're going to kick it to the far side of the field. Ball's at about the 15. It's to the 20. To the 25. He bounces inside. He's going to be tackled and wrapped up around the 28, 29-yard line. So a pretty good job covering there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was Spencer McCooch on the return for the Bears. And they're going to start this drive at about the 29-yard line there in Bear territory.
Yeah, just to remind some folks, there were some words between Woods and McCooch.
Michael Wood and Spencer McCooch getting right a little aggressive right before the half.
Right before half. So, there's going to be some chippiness, I think, to start off the second half, as both of these schools want to prove a point.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care for all your orthopedic needs, Voitech.com.
Ball snapped. It's going to be handed off to the left side. He's going to try to bounce it out.
That's
Aiden
Phelps.
Burns tries to get tackled but misses him, and this is going to be a big gain. He's all the way across the 50 to the 40 to the 35, and he is finally tackled after a massive game.
That's something that we've seen all night tonight. Phelps gets to the outside, hits that sideline, and he's showing off that speed all the way down into Walker Valley territory. And not an ideal start for this Mustang defense.
No, that's a containment issue. You've got to be able to get outside and flush him back into where the hats are, and it looks like Bradley's doing a good job of getting that outside and reaching it and being able to turn the defenders inside.
And I'll say this, Aiden Burns was in pursuit from the safety position and was close to making the tackle, just out of reach, and as soon as he was able to get past Aiden, he had some open field ahead of him.
Ball snapped. It's going to be a handoff, bounced out to the outside again. Bradley running at will currently. They're going to get another first down and more all the way inside the 20-yard line. So Bradley, after 2 plays inside the key of Cleveland drive zone, and if you're Walker Valley, this is your worst nightmare.
Yeah, Kenyon Phelps is absolutely taking this game over here in the second half, and we're just 2 plays in.
Yeah, Bradley doing a really good job of getting outside on the Mustangs. The Mustangs are not able to get out there and close it off.
Dell's Heating and Air. Just call Dells.com. It's 10:55 here left in the third quarter. Bears up 21-0 over the Mustangs. Ball's handed off back to Phelps, and he's going to be stood up right behind the center, right behind the line of scrimmage as well.
Yeah, did a good job that time. Flushed him back inside. They blew up the outside of that play and was not able to bounce it out. And so only, let's call it a gain of 1. I think
they're going to give him about a yard there.
So it's going to be 2nd and 9. Ball is marked what looks like the 15-yard line. Yeah, it looks like the 15.
You're exactly right. The ball is spotted on the Walker Valley 15-yard line. 2nd down and 9 for the Bears. 10:15 to go here in the third quarter. Ball snapped. They're going to go pass. It's Cook. He's rolling out here to the near side, and he just heaves it out of bounds in a smart play, but they're
I think he might have gotten outside the tackle box.
I think you're exactly right. That is, so there's no flag on the play. He was able to roll out far enough here to this Walker Valley sideline and deliver the ball to the pretty much to where the Walker Valley teachers are sitting at there on the track.
Yeah, he did a good job of scrolling out. The ball is marked on the opposite hash here at Walker Valley, but this brings up a big 3rd down and 9, maybe a 3rd down and 8 for the Bears. They're going to snap it, hand it off up the middle, get a good push, miss tackle, and he's on his feet, and that's a touchdown, Bradley Bears.
And I want to say this, Phelps got hit 3 or 4 times and was like a pinball bouncing off the Mustang defenders. One thing that means is you got to wrap up. The Mustangs were there playing violently, having collision, but not able to bring him to the turf, and the Bears up 27-0 now before this extra point.
So Bears getting ready to kick the PAT. Officials are moving out of the way for them to do so. $9:58 to go here in the third quarter. 27-0. Make it 28-0.
With that, we're going to take a 1-minute break here on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1. Bradley Central 28, Walker Valley 0.
Our legal system is complex, and your case may impact several areas of the law. Don't just hire a lawyer who focuses on one thing. Hire a team of experienced attorneys ready to handle your case wherever it may lead. Call Logan Thompson, one of the area's most respected law firms. From personal injury to criminal and family law, from contract disputes to disability, the team at Logan Thompson will work together to ensure you are well represented and well compensated. Logan Thompson, we fight to win.
Friday Night Lights, hometown pride, and the determination that drives our teams forward. At Southland Finance, we know what it takes to compete because our own Brent Matthews and Mike Parker were high school athletes themselves. They understand the hard work, commitment, and teamwork that go into every practice and every game. That's why Southland Finance proudly supports our local football teams on and off the field. From kickoff to the final whistle, we're cheering right alongside you. Experience the Southland difference today.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, spot all season long by Wholesale Supply Group. You're going to let that ball roll out of bounds, which is going to be a penalty on the Bears. But again, not a great start to the second half as Bradley drives down the score 28-0.
Yeah, the Mustangs kicked off to the Bears to start this second half, and it was all Kenyon Phelps, number 0 running back for Bradley, bouncing it outside for a huge gain, and then they just kept giving it to him down inside the Mustang territory to go up 28-0. 9:58 to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs now starting this drive at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, if you want to be in this game, you got to strike and strike fast, because at this point Bradley's going to try to slow it down. They're going to continue to run the football, which they've been able to do with some success here.
And 10 Walker Valley from their own 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 35 as Dr. Lindbergh comes over the PA. Go ahead.
Chick-fil-A located on Keith Street in Paul Huff. Download the Chick-fil-A app today.
So you're going to go trips to the away side, single receiver to the home. Looks like we got Yulo down here.
Yeah, that is number 6, Roman Yulo here on the near side. He's double teamed. They're going to find him. He's got everyone beat deep, and he makes the catch just past the Bradley 30-yard line. They're going to mark him down. It looks like we'll say the 26-yard line of Bradley, 27-yard line of Bradley. Roman ran right past 2 Bradley defenders, and a great ball. And when I say great ball, a perfectly thrown ball by quarterback Chase Stevens.
Yeah, absolutely. Roman was calling for it, and then I think he realized it was already in the air and got under it, and was a beautiful catch. That's the shot in the arm that this Walker Valley offense needed, but they've got to get it in here.
Working quick, ball snap. Chase Stevens delivers another ball. There's a little bit of contact, and there is no laundry on the field. And I'm even looking next door here to our neighbors, and Stephen Shelton's a little confused.
I mean, he was wrapped up around the head.
So no pass interference. Mustangs 2nd down and 10 from the Bradley 27-yard line. Bradley up 28-0 over the Mustangs. Mustangs trying to get on the board for the first time in the game.
Yeah, that was an interesting no call there, especially with the official standing right over top of it. But got to move on. You're going to go twin set to both sides. Stevens, hard count, no biters, looking back to his head coach.
A lot going on up here at the back. Ball snap. Stevens drops back, has a little bit of time to deliver. That's got to be pass interference, and it surely is, as he was brought to the ground. And I don't know why the Bradley defenders are confused, because they tackled him before the ball was even there.
Yeah, that was attempted to Roman Yulo, and again, tackled before he even had a chance. Probably should have been a 15-yarder on the one before.
Yeah, that penalty sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant.
Crown, your Jeep and Ram headquarters in Southeast Tennessee, I-75 at exit 20. See attached is what
we don't
got.
And we don't have that attachment with us now, Jacob. Good job.
I'm good at that.
The Cheetos dust is getting in his way, ladies and gentlemen. 9:20 to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs threatening. Ball at the Bradley 14-yard line. Ball snap. Stevens hands it off. Kason Cunningham's met, but it looks like he's going to pick up a couple here.
Yeah, he did a good job of continuing to push that defender. Could have been stopped at the line of scrimmage, but ended up picking up a couple there.
That's one thing that Coach Akins talked about, and we were able to talk with Shelton, Denny Collins, and the guys there on set of MixedTV.tv coverage that they've got going on, is how Kason Cunningham has spent a lot of time trying to improve on yards after contact. Saw him keep his feet going there.
Yeah, 2nd and 8 here. Walker Valley taking their time, and, you don't really have that luxury at this point.
Well, I've got to be honest with you. Obviously, you want to get back in the game, but this defense needs some time. Even though we're coming out of halftime, they need some time to chill and kind of get their lungs back. Ball snap. Stevens being met by who? Number 13, A.J. Westfield, brought down. Stevens, that is, brought down in the backfield for a loss. We're going to say close to about 3 yards.
Yeah, if you're Walker Valley, at this point you have to know that Roman's going to be doubled at any given time, so you're probably looking to one of your other big targets. You've got another 6'4" wide receiver in Boyd, and you've got another 6'5" wide receiver in Luke Hayden.
One thing that I would like to see here, and I'm going to throw it back a little bit, we used to do these tunnel screens with Brody Swafford that we had a lot of success on. I'd like to see us get the ball in Sawyer Boyd's hands on some of those tunnel screens, because he's got electric speed.
Yeah, absolutely. Him or Roman do a great job of yards after the catch.
And when you're getting double teamed with Roman, that's more of an opportunity there.
Looks like we're going to get they're going to call a timeout, Walker Valley. The play clock went down. This timeout is sponsored by Milligan Vane, and we're going to take a timeout with them. We will be back in 30 seconds.
Tennessee Wesleyan University offers more than 80 majors and minors at the undergraduate and graduate levels. With the TWU Pledge, students may be eligible to attend tuition-free. A 10-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio ensures students receive individualized attention, and Tennessee Wesleyan remains one of the most affordable colleges in the region. Visit tnwesleyan.edu to learn more about on-campus and online opportunities. Choose blue at Tennessee Wesleyan University.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good buddy Andy Morris. Mustangs knocking on the door, but just took a big sack there to make it third, and I'm going to call it 13.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 13 is what they've got up. They just posted it on the scoreboard there. 7:47 to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs doing everything they can to get on the scoreboard and threatening again. I believe this is the third time we've been in the Kia Cleveland drive zone for this Mustang offense?
I think the second.
The second time. So once again, the Kia of Cleveland drive zone here for quarterback Chase Stevens as he gets set. He's got trips to the far side, drops back, delivers. It's going to be a screen to Cunningham. Cunningham's got a lane. He's close. He's going to be brought down, and they're going to signal just shy of the goal line. They're going to say down inside the 1 yard line. What a very well-developed play. Cason Cunningham allowed his blockers to get out in front of him.
Yeah, great job. It looks like there is a Bradley player down on the field. It appears to be just a cramp. So that's going to slow this down a little bit and give us an injury timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them. We'll be back in 30. Maybe not.
I believe you guys are still with us. So the Bradley player still is down on the turf as they're tending to him. 7 minutes, 37 seconds. The Walker Valley offense threatening now, again, inside the 1 yard line. That screenplay set up perfectly. Cason Cunningham had receivers, I believe had the tight end rolling out in front of him as well there to get in front, and he did a good job letting that play develop here to the near side. Cut back toward the center of the field, a very good effort there by number 8 running back Cason Cunningham.
Yeah, I got a hot take here. I don't think you line up in the low package. I think you put Roman Yulo in the backfield and give yourself some options. You're on the one, spread everybody out. Don't let there be so many people in the box. It'll be interesting to see what they come out in here. It is easier knowing that you're snapping it directly into Roman's hands, but not a lot of success on that package.
No, you're exactly right, and it looks like they've got the Bear player who is cramping up off the field. Glad to see that. Definitely don't want any injuries either side of this game.
So Walker Valley's offense is heading back onto the field. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 1 yard line, and so it looks like they've kind of listened to me there, Andy. I'm doing some coaching up here from the booth. Stevens is on the field. Roman Yulo is the running back. It is going to be a packed box. Let's see. Bradley calls their first timeout.
And that's one thing, too, getting a look at that thing. And I want to give you your props there. A perfect look there for Walker Valley with Stevens at quarterback. And the reason I say that and the reason you said it is because what it does is give you the option to still give Roman Yulo the football to hand it off and get it in his hands. But depending on what the Bradley defense does, if they got a lot of guys in the box, you still have the ability to let Chase Stevens throw the football and maybe get a one-on-one with Sawyer Boyd out on the edge, or even potentially also Luke Hayden.
Yeah, it makes you respect the pass. You have to respect it, so you got to have bodies on bodies. And what that does is that ultimately takes people out of the box. And really in this scenario, it just allows them to not be so far up on the line and to plug those gaps. So it'll be interesting to see if Bradley makes a shift here. That's probably why they called the timeout. You know, they've got 3 of them, and they're up by 28.
Bradley's being stingy. They don't want to give up any points here. And Walker Valley, of course, at the 1 yard line. Chase Stevens is a big-bodied kid. I wouldn't mind maybe seeing Chase run the football behind the center here.
I mean, it definitely could be an RPO here. scenario where you read that play. Those do come with some danger, though, but Stevens is going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Yulo. Yulo's going to let the hole develop, and he's not. Let's see if he falls forward.
That second effort might have got it right there. Looks like they're marking him still just shy, so that's going to be no gain, it looks like. Roman Yulo was initially stopped near the line, but kept his feet churning and able to maybe pick up, if anything, a few inches on the ground there.
Got another cramp here for a Bear, so we're going to have to take an injury timeout. So with that, we'll take a 30-second timeout with you. We'll be back in 30.
Imagine a truck that doesn't just own the road, it dominates it. It's not just about the destination. It's about the journey. And our new GMC Sierra is elevating every moment of that journey for me. It's not just a truck. It's a lifestyle. Don Ledford didn't just sell me a truck. They saw the lifestyle I wanted, and they found me that truck.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home for Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined with my good friend Andy Morris. Looks like 7:05 left on the clock. Bradley leads 28-0, but the Mustangs are knocking on the door for the first time as it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, we've seen a couple Bradley players go out with some cramps, them addressing that over there, getting them hydrated on the sideline. But as you said, Walker Valley is threatening here inside the 1-yard line, and it looks like the player for Bradley actually is still on the field. They're getting him up on his feet, and he is walking off the field under his own power. I can't quite get a number on who that is for the Bears, but as they get him off the field, we're going to get set for this 2nd down and goal from inside the Bear 1-yard line. Mustangs threatening for their first points of the game. Again, down 28-0. Bradley came out and just had an excellent first half, and the Mustangs trying to get something going here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, you just got to chip away at it. Keep on chipping away and chipping away and chipping away. But that comes with having to make some stops, too, and Walker Valley's defense hasn't been able to do that quite yet.
Yeah, Dell's Heating and Air. Just call Dells.com.
So, looks like they've shifted back to the Roman Yulo package. Bradley running some players on, people running off. Ball is snapped.
There it is.
Roman
Touchdown
Yulo
Mustangs
is going to get his 5th touchdown as the season, and those touchdowns are sponsored by Wright Brothers.
Yeah, that's a Wright Brothers construction. Roman Yulo touchdown. The direct snap in that load package. Roman saw where his blocks were set up and just ran toward the pylon, had the edge, showed off his speed a little bit, and finally getting this Mustang offense on the board with 6:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, do you think Wright Brothers does NIL deals?
Listen, they might be open to it.
As much as Roman Yulo is going to be called this season for them, they may consider there is a penalty marker on the point after attempt. Let's see if I can catch what the official is going to call here. He's looking at the back judge.
Again, that penalty sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant.
Illegal substitution against the Bears.
So will that come in effect on the kickoff? It will be. That's what, just as I said that, heard Dr. Corey Lindbergh, the PA announcer here at Walker Valley High School, giving the accurate information to the fans out there. That will be enforced on the kickoff. So if anything, you could kind of hopefully try to pin the Bears back in their own territory on the kickoff. So extra point is up. It looks to be good. The signal from the official says that it is good. Walker Valley is on the board, but still trail. Bradley 28, Walker Valley 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Caldwell Paving, paving the way in Tennessee since 1958. Caldwell Paving specializes in asphalt paving. They serve residential clients, industrial and commercial companies, and subdivision projects. Conveniently located in Charleston, Caldwell Paving serves all of Southeast Tennessee. Caldwell Paving, old services made new. CaldwellPaving.com.
From the job site to the showroom, Wholesale Supply has the top brands you trust at the prices that work for your bottom line. With over 30 locations across the Southeast and over 75 years of service, no one supports our contractors and communities like we do. Wholesale Supply. Built to supply, trusted to deliver.
Welcome back to Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by our good friends at Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good buddy Andy Morris. I'm kind of confused as to why they're backing the Mustangs up.
So initially it was called on Bradley, but Coach Akins is signaling, hey, guys, you're going the wrong direction. The officials picked the football up and now are moving it back towards Bradley to back the Bears up. It was just a miscommunication on which direction that penalty needed to take place by the officials.
So Walker Valley has a chance to kick it back deep, pin the Bears back. Bears have 3 deep men back, Spencer McCooch being one of them on the far right side. And here comes the kick. It is up.
Another good kick from the Mustangs. That's number 82, Chris Malik. And it's going to be returned. This is Spencer McCooch, who's brought down past the 30-yard line. And it looks like McCooch is down.
Yeah, he took a hard hit there. You hate to see that.
Number 35, Spencer Evans.
Yeah, that was number 35, Spencer Evans.
He kind of got held up, and then he wasn't down, and so a player came in flying late. But it looks like he is going to get up on his own. It looks like it just had the air knocked out of him. So there will be no injury timeout, which is always good news.
Yeah, McCooch is jogging off the field. Glad to see that. As we know well, Spencer McCooch is an electric athlete.
And he's tough, boy.
Sure is. Definitely miss him over here, but wish him all the best as his season continues with Bradley. 6:35 to go here in the third quarter. Bradley leading 28-7. That last drive, the Mustangs able to get on the board the first time tonight. It's going to be first and 10 Bradley. Just shy of the 35-yard line. Handed off to Phelps, trying to pick up with where they've had the success, and he's going to get taken down out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line. So that's going to be about a gain of 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, did a good job. He does such a good job. Walker Valley does stuff the line of scrimmage, but he gets out there so quick and bounces outside. And what that tells me is the wide receivers are doing a really good job blocking there on the edge.
And we see Walker Valley, again, playing run. A lot of guys creeping up in the box back to Phelps.
This is going to be for a loss, though. Loss of about 3. Walker Valley does a great job of swarming the ball, have a bunch of hats around the ball. It looks like Miles Hawk was one of the first people to get there, and Dr. Lindbergh confirms that over the PA.
Yeah, Miles Hawk along with Thavin Scruggs, defensive back, coming in and helping them out. And hearing the swag surfing getting going, when you hear that here at the MAC, you know something good's going on. It's a 3rd down and 4 for Bradley, and this Mustang defense trying to hold strong here to force a punt. 5:50 to go here in the third quarter. Bradley 28, Walker Valley 7.
So it looks like they're in the load package. They're going to keep it with Carroll. He's going to stay inside, and he's going to have enough for the first down and a little bit more there. Just does a great job of following his blockers.
Yeah, Bradley has done a good job responding on third downs tonight. The few opportunities that they've had, because they've just done such a good job running the football.
Yeah, Walker Valley's going to have to find an answer for the package that really I feel like Coach Akins didn't invent, but he made it popular around here, and now the Bradley Bears are giving them a taste of their own medicine, and it looks like they are going to stay in it. And Walker Valley's got about 9 hats on the line of scrimmage, it seems like.
And that's going to be back to, I believe that was number 2, Braden Carroll. Took a hard hit near the sideline.
Yeah, Walker Valley's defenders are doing a good job of blowing up the blockers, but they've got so many out there on the outside. It's almost like you take one blocker out and the next blocker's coming right behind him. Doing a good job of pulling and a lot of other things.
Yeah, we've not talked a lot about the Mustang defensive front. One thing that we are aware of, the Mustangs lost Troy Duskevich and Jack Shantz, 2 guys that were really, really big on the defensive line for the Mustangs last year. But we've got Lane Ferris and our guy E-Rob, number 47, Eli Robinson. And right there on cue, I believe that was actually number 2, Aiden Burns, coming up and making a play.
Yeah, Aiden Burns plays with his heart on his sleeve, that's for sure. Does a great job of blowing that one up and laid a really hard hit. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1, but tough sledding here as Bradley's able to pick up about 3 or 4 every time in this package.
Yeah, the clock already down to 4:13 to go here in the third quarter. Bears leading 28-7.
Ball snap.
And he's met in the backfield. He's not going to get it. He is not going to get it. Michael Woods in there. And I believe they might even be saying no, so they stopped him shy. So it's going to be fourth down. Fourth down and about maybe 1.5. They're going to say it was a loss of about 4th down and 2 here.
Yeah,
Bears showing that they're going to go for it. They're just across the 50. Cleveland is leading. Billy Haney Meat Company scoreboard update. Cleveland leading 21-13 up there in McMinn. That's a huge surprise there as the Blue Raiders getting it together in week 2. So 4th down here. I might have saw a little early movement there from Bradley. They're going to have enough for the first down. But I feel like there was a little bit of a head start movement that was not called there. The Bear backfield was leaning before the ball was snapped. But listen, one thing that we know, our officials are starting their season just like the players are, and there's some things that maybe they need to clean up a little bit. But that one's – did you see that as well?
I did.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't my imagination. But so with 3:08 to go here in the third quarter, fresh set of downs for Bradley as they cross into Mustang territory just shy of the Walker Valley 40-yard line. They're actually going to have the ball spotted at the Walker Valley 41.
They're going to hand it off. They're going to bounce it outside. Almost gets him in a shoestring tackle in the backfield, but is able to continue, and he's going to carry that for about an 8 or 9 yard gain. That's just kind of been the story of tonight. Walker Valley not being able to wrap up those initial tackles, which lead to extra chances.
And going back to what you were saying when Walker Valley had the ball, Jacob, the clock is becoming a factor here because you used a lot of clock on your scoring drive, and now Bradley doing the same thing as they're marching down the field, moving the football first down after first down. They're eating a lot of clock with a 28-7 lead.
Cook in at quarterback, ball snap. They're going to hand it off outside. He's going to do a good job of staying on his feet.
The hold.
But they're going to call this one back, it looks like.
Yeah, that penalty on the field is going to be a Bradley County litter grant penalty. And we're going to wait and see what the official call is here.
Yeah, Bradley's starting to back up, though, around the original line of scrimmage. It is going to be holding against the Bears, 10-yard penalty. So if you're going to stop them here for the Mustangs, you've got them in.
Holding against Bradley.
So they're going to back him up. Place the ball at the 38-yard line.
Looks like about the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, pretty close. So 2nd down and 7 for Bradley at the Mustang 38. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
So 2nd and 7 here for the Bears. Hard count, no biters.
And again, Tucker Cook, the sophomore quarterback for Bradley, in at quarterback, making a change at the line of scrimmage. Ball snapped, handed off up the middle, and that is going to be McCooch as he bounced to the outside here to the Mustang sideline, and he's brought out around the 20-yard line. So that's a first down for Spencer McCooch.
Yeah, another missed tackle there by the Mustang defense. Had him around the line of scrimmage and wasn't able to wrap him up and bring him down.
1st and 10, Bradley.
So that's going to be first down Bradley. He actually got down to the Walker Valley 18-yard line.
So Bradley knocking in the key of Cleveland drive zone again, kind of on a death march here. A score here would kind of put this thing out of reach for the Mustangs, barring some magic happening.
So now you've got McCooch in the backfield with Cook, handed off to McCooch up the middle, tackled, and I believe, see if we can get a number, I believe that was number 47, Eli Robinson, who met him and made the tackle.
Yeah, a couple Mustangs in on that, but I think you're right. Robinson was the first one to get there.
Along with Tyler Goldman, who we heard there from our PA announcer, Dr. Corey Lindbergh.
So it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Bradley Bears in no hurry here. Clock's about to tick under a minute here in the third quarter as they lead 28-7.
Bradley now back in the spread. Phelps back at running back. You can almost guarantee that's where the ball's going, and sure enough, it is Phelps here to the near side, gets to the sideline, and steps out of bounds, and it looks like they're going to say he stepped out inside the Mustang 10-yard line at about, let's see where they spot this ball, probably at about the 8 or 9 yard line.
There's going to be a holding call against the Bears, so that's going to back them up 10. from the spot of the foul. Not sure where the spot of the foul was. I'll be honest, I was just thinking in my head, these soccer lines sometimes get a little confusing. For those of you that don't know, I think all three of the high schools have lines on their field. The Mustangs are yellow for the soccer lines. But that is going to back them up to second and what looks to be 14, maybe. Yeah, no, we're going to go second. Yep, second and 14.
So now the ball spotted at the 23, 24? Yeah, 23-yard line. So a little confusion here from the Bradley offense as they're trying to get the play in. Back in that spread, they've got trips to the far sideline. Single receiver here. That's Carroll. And they're going to go with Cook, who's going to run.
Yeah, so Walker Valley did a good job of sniffing out. It was a little swing pass to the running back. Somebody came off the edge early, picked him up, and so Cook did the smart thing and tucked it and ran it himself.
Yeah, linebacker Tyler Goldman bringing Bradley quarterback Tucker Cook to the ground there. 25 seconds to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 13, and Bradley's going to just let this clock run on out as we're down to 18 and 17. As Bradley has a 28-7 lead, we're going to take a 1-minute timeout as we get set for the 4th quarter here on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1. We'll be right back.
Make this the summer event going on now at Crown CDJR Cleveland.
Shop over 200 new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams. Up to $20,000 off MSRP. Gladiators, 2,500 pickups, Wagoneers, even Wranglers with huge discounts. Take advantage of model year closeout savings on a new 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack. Up to $20,000 off MSRP. Crown CDJR, the better way to buy and service.
Visit CrownChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
On select models, stock 412318.
As we age, our dental needs change, but great care never should. At Magnolia Dental Center of Cleveland, we understand the importance of comfort, respect, and results you can feel good about. From dentures to cleanings to gentle repairs, we're here to keep your smile healthy and beautiful. No pressure, no rush, just high-quality care from people who treat you like family. Every smile has a story. At Magnolia Dental Center of Cleveland, we would love to hear yours. Call 423-476-3307 or visit MagnoliaDentalCenterofCleveland.com to schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group. They are open to the public. Now Bradley Central with the football, ball snapped, handed off to Phelps, goes inside. Mustangs do a good job there on that 3rd down and about 13. It's going to be Braylon Beard on the tackle for the Mustangs. So looks like the Bears are going to bring out the field goal unit here. So let's see the ball.
19 plus 17. Do the math.
So they're swinging it outside, an uncovered receiver who steps out of bounds. So what they were trying to do was hide a receiver.
That was smart.
Over there, and I believe that was McCooch that was hiding on the sideline, uncovered, about a foot off the sideline, and they did a direct snap, and so that's a turnover. I appreciate the idea there. I respect the trickery, but just not able to execute there for Bradley. So Walker Valley will take over at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's the stop that you needed. I don't know that you've got enough. If we're being frank, I don't know that you have enough time to.
That threw me off.
Yeah, you're fine. I don't know if we have enough time. You're going to have to take a quick shot early.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 Walker Valley from their own 20-yard line. Bradley leading 28-7 here in the 4th quarter. Voitech Center for Orthopedic Care. For all your orthopedic needs, Voitech.com. Also, Dell's Heating and Air. Just call Dells.com. Stevens gets the snap, drops back, has a man, throws a deep ball, and he's gonna overthrow everybody there.
I want to do the math on that, though. I think he was around the 10-yard line, and that landed at the opposite. I want to say 35.
That was about a 50, 55-yard throw.
Yeah, it was a great showing of his arm talent there for sure.
Just overthrew. Little Joe Milton there just overthrew everybody on the field, showing off that arm strength. I had to throw that out for the Tennessee fans. 11:16 to go here in the game.
So that does stop the clock, which, with the passing game, with the incompletions, that's going to allow the Mustangs to kind of take their time here and take a couple other shots downfield. They're going to bring a man in motion. It's going to be Roman Yulo. Ball snapped. It's going to be a fake. He leans across, throws, caught by number 1, Boyd, and he took a licking, but he gets up quick, and that's going to be enough for Bradley Concrete and Lamb-Con Ready Mix first down.
Listen, a great catch by Sawyer Boyd, just kind of running a little bit of a skinny post route, and as soon as he caught the football, did a good job bringing it into his body as the safety, McCooch, delivered the hit, and Boyd able to hold on to the football and pop right back up.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd love to see the Mustangs score early here and make this interesting. They're marching down the field. Ball is marked at the 36-yard line. Still got a long way to go, though.
Once again, that was a Bradley Concrete Lamb-Con Ready Mix first down by receiver Sawyer Boyd. So we've got trips to the far side, single receiver here.
Got to get this ball off quick.
Yeah,
Play
we've got
clock at 1.
Yulo, ball barely, and it is not. That's going to be a delay of game.
Penalty marker on the play.
So there is a penalty on the play, and that is going to be a delay of game on the Mustangs. That penalty sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant.
Remain first down.
Yeah, not what you want to see there. You got Roman Yulo. I do want to break this down. Mustangs not able to run the play there. You've got trips to the far side. We see Sawyer Boyd, the outside receiver on that far side. And then you've got man-to-man coverage here on Roman Yulo. You've got to like the matchup. Reggie Hubbard, definitely a good defender for the Bears.
They just moved somebody over top of him.
Okay, so they saw that as well. They're not going to give Roman Yulo an opportunity to be single covered. And that there is going to be a penalty marker as Roman Yulo. It looked like a little bit of a horse collar there as he was running by a couple of guys.
I think you could call holding there instead of pass interference. The ball was thrown a little bit high, but I'll be honest, if I'm a referee, I feel like Yulo can get to just about any ball that's thrown to him. So if anything that impedes him, you're probably looking at a flag there.
And you heard a little grunt from the Bradley side. You could say potentially that could have been an uncatchable ball, but as you said, Roman Yulo's got a great opportunity to go get just about any ball that's thrown his direction.
Yeah, so if you wanted to call a holding there, a defensive holding, I'd be fine with that. But that's going to be an automatic first down. So now the Walker Valley Mustangs are balls marked at the 36-yard line.
So it looks like we've got trips again to that far side. Roman Yulo double covered here on the near side. What that's going to do is going to open somebody else up, and we're looking here to see where that's at. They're going to actually run it up the middle, and that is carried by Kason Cunningham. He's going to pick up about 4.
Gain of 3 on the play.
So they're going to call it 3 yards, second down and 7. Clock down to 10 minutes exactly to go here in this ball game.
Yeah, if you run it, I'm fine with that, but we need to have a play that's ready to go quickly as time has clicked under 10 minutes here for the Mustangs down 3 scores.
Ball snapped. It's a low snap, but fielded by...
Oh, he's got a man wide.
It's Roman Yulo. He overthrows him. Roman Yulo again running back right past Reggie Hubbard, and Chase Stevens just overthrows him by about 2 yards.
Yeah, if
he can float it up there a little bit more, that's 6 points.
Yeah, that would have been 6 points. But really, I think the whole play just felt rushed because of the low snap. He had to set his feet, and he had pressure already coming at him. But I think that's going to bring up 3rd and 7, I believe, with 9:42 now that the clock is stopped. The Raiders, McMinn in a barn burner, 21-19. McMinn scored, tried to go for 2 to tie it up, and did not get it.
Yeah, Cleveland leading that game. So ball snap, Stevens drops back. Screen play. Good setup. You got to cut inside there. Cunningham sure does. He hits the sideline. He's going to have enough for a first down. Great field vision there by running back number 8, Kason Cunningham, to let that play develop, and he cut back inside right as soon as I was saying it.
Yeah, did a great job. Also, kind of let a block develop that was happening. They were pushing him into the sideline and continued to push him, and then he cut inside and was able to pick up the rest on the play there. Great job by that young man.
Great play call there by Coach Akins and Coach Pope, whoever called that play. Ball snap. Stevens drops back. He's got time. Sees his receiver. Caught at the 25-yard line. That was number 10, junior Luke Hayden.
Yeah.
We're starting to see Chase Stevens settle in and find his open receivers, and we're obviously seeing Yulo get double-teamed here and there. But one thing I want to say, and the last thing I want to do is say and then something happened, but A.J. Westfield currently not impacting Chase Stevens. Mustang's offensive line trying to account for where A.J. Westfield is, and they're doing a good job.
Ball's thrown.
Oh, Ulo.
They're going to get a flag.
Down. So that is going to be a pass interference. Roman Ulo thrown to the ground there by Hubbard, and you can tell Reggie Hubbard's just really frustrated trying to cover Roman Ulo.
Yeah, Hubbard's trying to say that he tripped, but when you trip and you take somebody down with you, that's just the nature of the beast. That's 6. So, I mean, I'd rather give him 15 than give him 6.
Yes.
I would rather have the 6, but if you're a Bradley defender, you would rather give up those 15 yards.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A located on Key Street, Paul Huff. Download the Chick-fil-A app today.
Crown your Jeep and Rams headquarters in southeast Tennessee at I-75 at exit 20. Andy's cracking me up over here. Made sure to cover up the C attached portion of the live read.
Got to be careful that Jacob doesn't pull a Ron Burgundy there and read a little too far on the teleprompter. 9 minutes to go here. Actually, 9 minutes and 1 second to go here in the ball game. Walker Valley inside the Cleveland drive zone as they're threatening to score 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line of the Bears. Stevens drops back, looking, nobody, throws to the end zone, and that is going to be incomplete.
I'll be honest, I would have liked the dump there. I know you're being greedy and you want to score, but you had a guy that probably picks you up about 6 or 7 yards there, gets out of bounds, and so again, down 3 scores, you're looking to score. I understand. So,
and I do want to say this: Chase Stevens rolling out to the far side of the field where that play was developing across his body, trying to make that throw as well. That's a hard play, so you definitely want to try to pay attention to those safety valves underneath that you have. But we're going to continue to see Chase Stevens develop in this Drew Akins offense.
Yeah, I hate to see how the game started because I feel like this is where his Walker Valley's strength was against the secondary, and you're starting to see it. Just it's only happening in the fourth quarter.
Stevens drops back, looking deep. Nobody there. He does check down, and it's going to be pass completed inside the 10-yard line for about a gain of 6, maybe 5. And that was Roman Ulo on the reception.
Bring up 3rd and 6, maybe let's call it 3rd and 7.
So it was a 4-yard gain there by Ulo on the reception. Clock down to 8:27 here in the game. Bradley up 28-7 over the Mustangs. 3rd down and 7 for this Mustang offense, and there's going to be a premature whistle here. I believe it's going to be a timeout. Bradley takes the timeout. So with that, we're going to take a timeout. All of our timeouts sponsored by Milligan Vane. Do your legs feel heavy, tired, or achy? Dr. James Gooden offers an office treatment that will make you look and feel better in a day. MilliganVane.com. With that, we're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is James with Cleveland Business Services. We're here standing by ready to help any local small businesses with a variety of needs. And we can handle just about any tax situation you find yourself with, whether it be business, personal, or a combination of both. Our personal tax returns start at $39. We can help you get filed using our app. We can schedule you an in-office appointment, or you can simply drop off your tax documents and be filed within 48 hours or less. Reasonable rates and a dedicated staff are just a few reasons why Cleveland Business Services is a great choice. Give us a call today at 423-86-TAXES. That's 423-868-2937.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, spot all season long by Wholesale Supply Group. Bradley coming back onto the field after the timeout. Walker Valley soon to follow, 3rd and 7. Do you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs? They are inside the 10-yard line. Ball is marked at the 9.
Yeah, you're exactly right. 3rd down and 7, and that first down marker looks to be sitting right there around the 3-yard line. 8:13 to go, and looks like we're going to go with a bunch set in tight here for the Mustang offense. A little bit different look. Roman Ulo trying to get the play call. He's the single receiver to the far side. That's the visiting sideline there where the Bears are.
They've got 2 over top of them out there. So playing the numbers game.
So again, this might be a situation where you could see Cunningham up the middle because you've got the trips here to the near side that the secondary for Bradley's having to account for. They've got 4 guys lined up over there, and you've got Roman double covered on the other side. For those of you like me that aren't great at math, that's 6 guys in coverage, and you might like your matchup trying to run the ball up the middle.
Well, now they've had to shift. I don't really understand why the head official is what the conversation is about, honestly, because now you've lined up in that. You've given Bradley a time to adjust and dissect it. So the Walker Valley Mustangs are going to move out of it. 8:17 on the clock.
Yeah, so Coach Aikens yelling up here to make sure the clock gets set correctly. 8 minutes and 17 seconds. They had 8:13 on there, so the game clock ran a little too long there.
Fighting for every second over here.
Listen, you need it if you're going to get back in this ball game down 28-7, threatening to score here inside the Kia Cleveland Drive zone. Walker Valley is. We've got a split twin set, single running back Cunningham to the right of quarterback Chase Stevens. Ball snapped, bobbles it, and he's going to get brought down for a big loss all the way back near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it came a little to his right side, but I think he was ready to make a play and wasn't focused on catching the football first. Tough there for the Mustangs as they were knocking on the door.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and long, and they're going to say that he was down at the 20-yard line. So Walker Valley obviously going for it here on 4th and 18.
Yeah, you're going to have to take a shot towards the end zone. You do have an opportunity for a first down, but that's all the way down at the 3-yard line. So really anywhere you throw here needs to be around that 3-yard mark, which means I wouldn't be surprised if you have a few Bradley Bears having their ears peeled back coming for Stevens again.
Yeah, 7 Bears dropped back into coverage. A little bit of a prevent type defense there from Bradley.
You also are going empty set here.
And there's another penalty on Walker Valley.
5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. That's going to be where's that? Yeah, that's going to be spotted at the 25-yard line. That penalty sponsored by Bradley County Litter Grant. Another whistle. Let's see what's going on here. They're trying to get this figured out. So they're officials signaling timeout Bradley, 4th and 23. With that, we're going to take a 30-second break. Bradley up 28-7 with 7 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Mustangs, 4th and 23, trying to find their way into the end zone. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Is your home too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter? At Central Heat and Air, your local HVAC experts, we've got you covered. Our top-notch technicians provide fast, reliable service to keep your home comfortable year-round. From installation to maintenance, we handle it all. You'll never be left out in the cold or the heat. Call Central Heat and Air today at 423-478-7778. That's 423-478-7778. Or visit us online at docsair.com. That's DOCSAIR.com. Central Heat and Air, your healthy home company.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, spot all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good buddy Andy Morris. 7:29, Bradley leads 28-7. Walker Valley 4th and a long one. Need a touchdown here.
Yeah, 4th and 23. As you said, if you can get the ball inside the 3-yard line, you can get a first down. But really, you're looking for a big chunk play to get you into the end zone here with 7:23 to go. And looks like we've got 5 wide receiver set, no running back. Chase Stevens back there all by himself.
Bradley looks to be sending 4. They're going to get pressure by none other. And he is sacked.
Yeah, Chase Stevens did his best and just not an opportunity to throw the football. Just can't get beat that bad. That's something this offensive line is going to have to continue to learn. They're going to see that play on film and just say, that's absolutely unacceptable. So it looks like the official is just signaling turnover on down.
No, there's a player experiencing a double cramp at the moment.
Okay, gotcha. So that's where that whistle came from. So 7:13 to go. Walker Valley turns the ball over. Bradley up 28-7.
Yeah, something that Bradley's done a good job tonight is not turn the football over, and Walker Valley has, unfortunately, and I think that's kind of what has led to this 28-7 deficit, and Walker Valley feeling like they've got to get outside of their box a little bit. But the Bradley player is up on his feet and running over to the sideline, so that's always a good sign. But Walker Valley's defense has got to try to get the ball back in a hurry. Billy Haney Meat Company scoreboard update. Cleveland still 21-19 in the start of the fourth quarter. But McMinn is busting off a big run here and is down inside the 30-yard line. So Bradley back on the field.
Yeah, Bradley coming out in the spread. Going to run the football out of it, though, of course. Who they going to? no other than number 0, Mr. Reggie Hubbard.
Yeah, I think you could make an argument that Reggie Hubbard / Braden Carroll, but really Hubbard has had a phenomenal game for the Bears.
Yeah, just so many chunk plays from him for Bradley tonight. And, of course, up 28-7 over the Mustangs with 6:50 to go here. They're looking to just run as much clock as possible to make it virtually impossible for Walker Valley to get back in this game.
Yeah, you would have to have a lot happen, turnovers, onside kicks. This has been a better second half for the Mustangs, but just with that 21-0 start, that was really tough to come back from. Handoff to the outside, bounces inside, keeps his feet moving. He is still on his feet, still running. Still hasn't been tackled.
So elusive, man. Reggie Hubbard's very impressive.
Yeah, it's a great effort there by that young man, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
First and 10 from the 47.
So ball will be marked at the 47-yard line. Again, Bradley in no hurry here as the clock ticks under 6 minutes and 15 seconds. It's Bradley taking their time. Again, this game kind of goes back to the mistakes that Walker Valley made. And good thing is they're fixable as you have an opponent that is currently trailing a team that you beat.
And I think Bradley's found themselves an identity tonight that they probably didn't quite have in week 1. They're figuring out their run game a little bit more. As once again, Reggie Hubbard to the outside there to the far side, just shy of the first down marker. Every time he touches the ball, it seems like he's getting a 5, 10, 15-yard gain. But that's one thing. Bradley's offense has found an identity tonight of being able to run the football and use Braden Carroll in a unique way, using him at quarterback. Obviously, when you need to throw the football, you want Tucker Cook back there. And kind of like what Walker Valley has done over the past several seasons here in the Drew Akins era, they've kind of found that balance and the success within it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bradley lining up on the ball. Going to hand it to him again. Bounces it outside, keeps it on his feet. He's going to have enough for the first down and more.
About 12-yard gain there. That's just so consistent. So consistent, Reggie Hubbard, number 0, running back for Bradley. Hey, real quick, Crown. We already get Crown. Yeah, that's right, because we tried to avoid the C attached on that one. Jersey College School of Nursing. Your nursing career starts here. jerseycollege.edu.
So 5:25, Bradley leads 28-7 here in this ball game as it's coming to a close. Just a great job by the Bradley Bears tonight, as, like you said, kind of found their identity, and really that was their identity in the first half of that Week 1 game, but weren't able to muster up the same success as they were in the second half. They're going to run it this time for not as much gain. It looks like maybe a gain of 2.
And one thing, we actually, Jake and I, along with Jim Gum, discussed this on the drive on ESPN Cleveland 101.3 weekdays at 5 o'clock. But one thing that we kind of talked about coming into this season, there's a real possibility for the first 2-3 weeks of the season, all our local teams just kind of beating up on each other. And sure enough, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Cleveland, who lost a game last week, leading McMinn right now. And we're seeing Bradley, who lost to McMinn last week, leading us right now. So, just kind of trading licks, if you will.
McCooch on this carry, stopped for not much of a gain of maybe 1. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7, I believe. 3rd down and 8. 4:15 clicking down on the clock. But I think you're right. Right now it seems like it pays to be on the road.
Yeah, that's a good point. Road team wins in these first 2 weeks of the season here with our local teams. Obviously, Bradley, Cleveland, Walker Valley, along with McMinn, who's right up the road, and the Mustangs are going to see them next week right here at the MAC.
Yeah, that's poised to be another good game as well. Ball snapped. They're going to blow this dead. Don't know that they got that off in time.
So it looks like they are going to indeed call a delay of game. Bradley again trying to run that clock out. The play clock sponsored by Bradley Concrete Lamcon Ready Mix. For over 40 years, Bradley Concrete Lamcon Ready Mix has had tons of experience. They're family owned, and you can visit them online at lamcon.us.
So here for the 3rd down attempt, 3rd and 12. Cook drops back, looking, throws, has a man.
Yeah, Bradley throwing a deep ball there, and Good coverage there by Walker Valley, number 11, Thavin Scruggs.
Yeah, really well covered there.
It was tight coverage with some bump and run, and I can understand there where our Bradley counterparts over here would like to have seen a flag there. But again, that's one of those judgment calls where it's such tight coverage and you're attacking the football.
Is face guarding a penalty in high school? If it's not, then
I don't think so.
If it's not, then I think it's clean. And they've shifted with that. We had a conversation on the phone about it last night. Shifted away from that in college football as well. So good overall coverage, but it looks like Bradley is going to line up here and punt the ball from their own 50, a little pooch punt.
Good pooch punt. And it's going to be fielded, caught, fair catch. And that was Kason Cunningham on the fair catch.
So that was that was a Cleveland Utilities power punt there by Bradley, taken, and Walker Valley will take over around, the 10-yard line?
Yeah, it looks like it's actually going to be spotted at the 9-yard line, so Walker Valley deep in their own territory. Very good punt from Bradley. And with 3:26 to go here in the ballgame, Bradley leading 28-7. So Walker Valley just trying to make the scoreboard not look as bad at this point, seeing if they can drive down the field and get one in the end zone and just get this offense going a little bit. And I do want to say this. I like what I've seen out of Chase Stevens tonight. He's been under pressure throughout the entire evening, done a good job when he feels that pressure, but there's been some times where there's just nowhere he can go. As we see a pass completed here, and that's our guy, Sawyer Boyd, showing off that speed all the way down just shy of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it took till the fourth quarter for this, Walker Valley offense to develop, because you see how dangerous they are in the pass game.
Can I say this, though? Yeah. I love the fact that they've already found it, because you talk about Bradley finding their identity, being able to run the football the way they have tonight. Walker Valley has found their identity in the pass game here late, and they've got some weapons. They can do some big things here as the region schedule gets started next week. Of course, again, as we said, with McMinn coming here to Walker Valley.
Ball snap, he rolls out. Tries to avoid some pressure. That's another thing I've been impressed with him, being mobile. It was one of the criticisms that I heard. It holds the ball in the pocket too long, or isn't as elusive as most quarterbacks. But, so far through weeks 1 and 2 of the season, he does a good job of getting out of the pocket. It will be a loss on the play, but not sacked.
Got a Billy Haney Meat Company scoreboard update. So 26-21 McMinn with 10 minutes left in that ball game. So McMinn taking over the lead in that one. It got a nail-biter up there in Athens.
Yeah, I think they're a little behind us, too. 10 minutes left in that game. Ball snap going to be thrown downfield. Beautiful catch. Is he inbounds?
They're going to say incomplete. Did not have control inbounds. That one was intended for number 10, Luke Hayden. 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go here in this ball game. Bradley leading 28-7. The Mustang offense starting to find some success through the air. A little too late, though, unfortunately.
So that's going to bring up a third down here. Ball snapped. Scrolls out, looking, throws, caught. And he's going to be right there at the first down marker, and they are going to give it to him. That'll be a first down Mustangs.
And again, we were just talking about it. Chase Stevens rolls out to the far side, finds his target right near the yard marker, the first down marker, and just delivers an absolute dart. So Chase Stevens showing off that arm a little bit. Want to give a quick shout out to Papa John's for providing our board ops back at the station with pizza. So a dump pass to Cunningham.
Does a good job of avoiding the first tackler.
Picks up about 4 on that play. But, again, big thanks to Papa John's for providing pizza for all of our board ops back at the station.
So that's going to be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Walker Valley Mustangs with the ball with only 1:25. Would like to end this night on a scoring possession. Hopefully they'll be able to get down there. But, again, at this point, this game is kind of out of reach for the Mustangs. Ball snap. Stevens rolls out. He's looking. He throws. It's a dump pass again. It's going to be enough for the first down and more.
Listen, I love the development of that play right there. You've got Sawyer Boyd coming in motion, basically on a sprint out to the Bradley sideline, and does a good job getting outside of coverage, makes the catch, and that's enough for a first down. Once again, our first down sponsored by Bradley Concrete Lamcon Ready Mix. Minute 15 to go here in this ball game. Ball snap. Stevens sees his receiver, delivers it to Yulo, breaks a tackle, forced out of bounds at just shy of the 15-yard line of Bradley.
Gain of 11 on the play.
So gain of 11.
Charleston Mustang, first down.
So a minute and 8 seconds to go here in the ball game. Bradley leading 28-7. Chase Stevens at quarterback. He's got the Y back there with him, along with Kason Cunningham at running back. They go hard count, and they get Bradley to bite, so that will stop the clock.
Yeah, that'll stop the clock and march them up 5. They're inside the key of Cleveland drive zone at this point. 1:08 left on the clock as they trail 28-7. Again, Billy Haney, Meat Company scoreboard update. McMinn did take the lead 26-21 there in the fourth quarter, under 9 minutes. So, in the shotgun, running back behind him. Twins to the away side. Ball snap, thrown, and it is caught by...
That was number 10, junior Luke Hayden, going up, using that height advantage, going over the top and making the catch. It might have even been tipped, Jacob.
Yeah, it definitely was a contested catch for sure.
So that's a Wright Brothers Construction touchdown reception from Stevens to Hayden to put the Mustangs on the board for just the second time tonight. With a minute 4 to go, Bradley up 28-13, pending this extra point.
So Chris Malik, the sophomore.
Is it Malik or Malik?
I'm not sure.
We got to get that right. Want to make sure his family gets us calling his name right. So that extra point is good. Extra point sponsored by Independent Insulation Services, your spray foam experts. Give them a call at 423-716-3762. So Walker Valley, their second score tonight comes late in the fourth quarter. 28-14, Bradley with the lead.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break. We'll take a 30-second break. We will be back in 30.
Have you heard the fall 2025 merchandise arriving at the Town Square? It's true. Larry and his staff excited over the new colors and styles arriving by Peter Millar, Southern Tide, Volunteer Traditions, Vineyard Vines, Johnny O, and Southern Mars, just to name a few. Styles in quarter zips, jackets, vests, T-shirts. Stop by and check them out. Outfitting their customers since 1977. The shop that appreciates the customer, offering the personal touch in your clothing selection. Stewart Park Plaza, Key Street, Cleveland, Tennessee. The Town Square will be open Labor Day Monday, 9:30 until 3.
Your exclusive home of Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. We've seen crazier. Walker Valley trails 14 points. It looks like they're attempting an onside kick. At least that's what Bradley's thinking. That's for sure, because they have got everybody pushed up to around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, if you want to try to take a couple Hail Marys here, you've got to get an onside kick to try to get back in this thing. 28-14, Bradley with the lead. And sure enough, it does look like, in fact, that's what Walker Valley's doing with a decent bounce. It's going to be fielded by Bradley and down at the Walker Valley 49-yard line. So good job there by number 23 of Bradley, Javon James, the junior tight end and linebacker on the hands team there, coming up with that one. So Bradley does take over just across midfield at the Walker Valley 49-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Walker Valley has 2 timeouts left. I don't know that they try to stop it since they weren't able to get that onside kick attempt. I would expect to see Bradley take a couple knees here and celebrate a victory.
Yeah, sure enough, they're coming out in that victory formation with a sophomore quarterback, Tucker Cook, back under center. Good sportsmanship. One thing that I do appreciate in this scenario, the game's out of reach when there's not a lot of pushing and shoving going on in those victory formations. So the officials also doing a good job kind of getting in there and letting them know, let's keep it clean and end this game on a good note.
Yeah, so they're going to snap this ball one more time, and that'll take us to the end of the ball game. So your final score will be 28 Bradley, Walker Valley 14. Walker Valley getting down 21-0 there in the first half and just not being able to recover from it. I hope you didn't have like a spread on a amount of rushing yards, because Cook took a couple extra steps back after that. But that's going to secure it here. Bradley 28, Walker Valley 14. In a sloppy first half for the Mustangs, but a good bounce back half as they take on McMinn next week. We're going to get all the final stats to you as soon as we can. We'll talk our post-game show. But until then, we're going to take a 4-minute break. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
When competition is fierce, sports injuries happen, and Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is here to help. Saturday sports clinics are available at our Chattanooga and Cleveland offices from August 23rd through November 8th for the treatment of non-emergency orthopedic injuries like sprains, strains, and fractures. Doors open at 9 a.m., no appointment needed to be seen by our highly trained physicians and clinical staff. Saturday sports clinic dates are subject to change. Check sportmed.com for the latest information. That's sportmed.com.
At First Horizon, we know if there's a win, there's a way. Our team is here to help every step of the way with personal, business, or private banking. Stop by and visit us at one of our locations in Cleveland or give us a call at 423-559-7660. At First Horizon, we look forward to finding a way.
Join Cleveland Fasteners and Supply for their annual Classic Cruise-In Bike, Truck, and Car Show on Saturday, October 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Free admission. You'll have a DJ, food trucks, door prizes, and more. Mix 104.1 will be there with a live broadcast. It's the Cruisin' Bike, Truck, and Car Show happening at Cleveland Fasteners and Supply Saturday, October 4th from 10 to 2. Starview Drive behind Bradley Rentals.
Sharpen those pencils, pack those snacks, and don't forget that back-to-school smile.
Whoa, did you get braces?
Yep, I went to Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics of Chattanooga. They let me pick these colors. It was so easy.
Lucky, I can't wait to get braces.
At Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics of Chattanooga, we're here to get those pearly whites picture day ready.
Cheese!
Call 423-541-5500 or visit pdoc.com to book your back-to-school appointment today.
Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix is a family-owned business and has been serving Cleveland for 40 years. They work with customers large and small. Call Bradley Concrete at 423-479-4541 or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
Imagine this. Handheld pizza puffs filled with mozzarella cheese and pizza sauce, topped with buttery garlic drizzle, with either 3 herbs or pepperonis. Well, it's a reality. Little Caesar's Crazy Puffs. Pick them up at 3 locations. Call Huff, Keith Street, or McGrady Drive, or order online.
This is Dr. Brian Beard with the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry. Believe it or not, if you have fear of going to the dentist, you are not alone. Sedation Dentistry can completely eliminate this fear. In fact, most people that have sedation dentistry say they would not do it any other way. Call us today at 476-6541 to see if sedation dentistry is your answer to complete dental care.
Friday Night Lights, hometown pride, and the determination that drives our teams forward. At Southland Finance, we know what it takes to compete because our own Brent Matthews and Mike Parker were high school athletes themselves. They understand the hard work, commitment, and teamwork that go into every practice and every game. That's why Southland Finance proudly supports our local football teams on and off the field. From kickoff to the final whistle, we're cheering right alongside you. Experience the Southland difference today.
At the University of Tennessee, the Vols are known for competing at the highest level on the field, the court, and the diamond. And just like the Vols, Food City excels at everything too. They've got in-store butchers carving up certified Angus beef, fresh local produce, a full-service bakery, Fuel Bucks rewards, and one of the best beer and wine selections in town. Food City, the official supermarket of the Vols, and your home for everything Tennessee.
When competition is fierce, sports injuries happen, and Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is here to help. Saturday sports clinics are available at our Chattanooga and Cleveland offices from August 23rd through November 8th for the treatment of non-emergency orthopedic injuries like sprains, strains, and fractures. Doors open at 9 a.m., no appointment needed to be seen by our highly trained physicians and clinical staff. Saturday sports clinic dates are subject to change. Check sportmed.com for the latest information. That's sportmed.com.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home for Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good buddy Andy Morris. Final here at the MAC, 28-14. Bears win it. Walker Valley just not able to bounce back after a 21-0 first quarter.
Yeah, once again, this is the post-game show, and you got to give Bradley all the credit in this one. They took control of this game. So much so in the first half that even late in the game, Walker Valley just not able to get back into this one. But one thing that I'll say is that you got to give a lot of credit to running back number 0, Kenyon Phelps of Bradley, because it seemed like every time the ball was in his hands, it was a chunk play. So they definitely have a weapon in Phelps, along with Braden Carroll, who we saw get some reps at quarterback. Bradley not really needing to resort to the pass game. The few times they did, saw some success there from the young Tucker Cook at quarterback for Bradley. So one thing that you can say about both of these teams tonight, they kind of found their identities. We know that Bradley is going to be a primary run team. There's potential. We might see them shift back into the wing T some a little bit with the success they have with all those weapons running the football. And really, you didn't even factor A.J. Westfield into that running the football, another weapon that you could throw in there if you wanted to. When you look at Walker Valley's night, talking about finding an identity, Chase Stevens could throw the football. We've got a lot of weapons at wide receiver. You're going to have to get a little creative in finding a way to get the ball in the hands of Sawyer Boyd and Roman Yulo.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think you add a third person to the fold in Luke Hayden. You know, Luke Hayden had a really good night as well.
Right.
Had a touchdown there late. But, you know, when you start off the way that Walker Valley started off, you just dug a hole for yourself. That's something you just got to tip the cap to Bradley tonight. They played a clean game. You know, they had some penalties, but no turnovers. And really, when you look at the stat sheet, that turnover one is always the one that, to me, that determines a ball game. And when one is much bigger than the other, it's a struggle.
Yeah, and this is one thing you can say that this game kind of got a little out of hand early. But Walker Valley did a good job kind of settling in the second half, slowing down Bradley's offense. Although Bradley was able to continue to move the football, some things didn't go their way with some penalties, and Walker Valley playing better on defense. So you played a cleaner second half defensively, and you did a better job protecting your quarterback in the second half. So improvement within the game for Walker Valley, and that's something that you want to see in a game like this. It's a rivalry game. Obviously, I feel like the game was not quite as close as the score indicates, 28-14, but primarily it's because Bradley kind of went into cruise control a little bit, and the Mustangs, to their credit, did do a good job kind of getting back into the game late with that success in the passing game. But that's something you're going to see a lot more of with Chase Stevens and all the weapons that he has around him. Not to mention Kason Cunningham catching the football out of the backfield. We saw some good yards after catch, after contact on his carries as well. He's a guy that's going to be uniquely brought in to this offense in different ways as we move forward and get into region play more so. With that, we're going to take about a 1-minute break. When we come back, we're going to have your Cleveland Fasteners and Supply post-game stats as we get all those rolling in here. And, of course, we'll have Walker Valley head football coach Drew Akins. As a matter of fact, let's make that a 2-minute break. So in 2 minutes, we will have your post-game stats presented by Cleveland Fasteners and Supply, and we'll have head coach of the Mustangs, Drew Akins, here on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1.
Being a roof in the summertime is so difficult because my family is gone. They're off on vacation. They're at the beach, and here I am, alone. I wish they would just call Langley Roofing because I need some attention. I need a few repairs. I have a lot of work to do. And Langley Roofing can take such good care of me. I protect my family. I just need a little love. And Langley Roofing can make sure I live a full, healthy life. Even get the financing taken care of. LangleyRoofs.com. See a loved roof. chances are it's a Langley.
My name's Brenda Demon, and I teach gentle yoga at our local YMCA. In our class, we move mindfully and slowly. We build strength and balance while increasing our endurance through breath work and held postures. Our class is great for all levels and all ages, from beginner to experienced. People can move at their own pace in our class, modifying postures and using props to support their practice. Our class is not choreographed, so you can feel comfortable substituting shapes that work best for your body and to change the practice to meet your goals. Check out our whole schedule at ymcachattanooga.org.
Our legal system is complex, and your case may impact several areas of the law. Don't just hire a lawyer who focuses on one thing. Hire a team of experienced attorneys ready to handle your case wherever it may lead. Call Logan Thompson, one of the area's most respected law firms. From personal injury to criminal and family law, from contract disputes to disability, the team at Logan Thompson will work together to ensure you are well represented and well compensated. Logan Thompson, we fight to win.
Friday Night Lights, hometown pride, and the determination that drives our teams forward. At Southland Finance, we know what it takes to compete because our own Brent Matthews and Mike Parker were high school athletes themselves. They understand the hard work, commitment, and teamwork that go into every practice and every game. That's why Southland Finance proudly supports our local football teams on and off the field. From kickoff to the final whistle, we're cheering right alongside you. Experience the Southland difference today.
Welcome back to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, your exclusive home for Walker Valley football, supplied all season long by our good friends at Wholesale Supply Group, open to the public. I'm Jacob Mason, joined by my good buddy Andy Morris. Final here from the MAC, Bradley 28, Walker Valley 14. Coach, you got some stats for us?
I sure do, and once again I want to give a shout-out to Cleveland Fasteners and Supply for all those nuts and bolts you can't find anywhere else. If they ain't got it, then you don't need it. Located on Starview Drive. Again, those post-game stats presented by Cleveland Fasteners and Supply. And a huge shout-out to Mr. Rob Varner. Even though he's a big Phillies fan and they got the win over the Braves tonight 2-1, Mr. Rob Varner constantly keeps those stats rolling into us. We appreciate his efforts as well. So we're going to go to the run game for the Mustang. Never able to get much going. Cason Cunningham, the leading rusher, with only 27 yards. Going over to the offensive stats, in the pass game, that is, Chase Stevens ended up having a pretty big night. A lot of those yardage accounted in the second half for him. He threw for 305 yards. He completed 19 out of 29 attempts. And a pretty solid night, one touchdown through the air from quarterback Chase Stevens. Threw for 305 as Coach Akins is getting ready to join us here. Looking at the receiving core, sorry there for that noise as we're getting set up here. We had Sawyer Boyd had 120 yards receiving, and also Roman Yulo 57 yards receiving. Luke Hayden 87 yards receiving, and a good showing there late in the second half from our receiving core. Here's where I apologize for the static. We're getting set up here to do Coach Akins' interview here in just a second. Yeah, we're good now. That's good. And I tell you what, a weapon that we started to discover here as we were joined by Walker Valley head football coach Drew Akins, Sawyer Boyd. Obviously, we've talked about him transfer from Cleveland, a dynamic athlete. Saw him get involved a little bit more late in the pass game, and we saw Ryan Stevens, the capability of his arm as well, Coach.
Yeah, Ryan is actually not as good as Chase. Chase does a pretty good job. Ryan's probably a little too old.
Chase Stevens.
Yeah,
my apologies.
Chase, listen, we put we look silly as coaches waiting as long as we did to get the ball in Sawyer's hands. Poor coaching performance all around. We did not do a great job in preparation throughout the week. As coaches, not as players. Our players did everything we asked them to do. We did not do a great job with our game plan. They absolutely outcoached us tonight. Put us in. We did not, as coaches, put our kids in situations to be successful, and that's disappointing as a coaching staff when you look back and your preparation and your plan is what cost you. That's always frustrating. And our boys did an unbelievable job staying together. I told them at halftime, hey, your culture's going to shine through. You're down at halftime, 21-0. We're going to figure out who we are tonight. We're going to figure out if you lay down and say, hey, man, it was not our night, and we go get run ruled, or we fight back, and our kids fought back all the way to the end. But I could go through a list of really poor job coaching that we've got to do a better job as a staff.
Coach, you saw the emergence of Luke Hayden tonight, able to get on the board, but also had some big catches here in the game as well. Let me turn my mic up.
There you go. Now you can hear.
But Luke Hayden had a big night, caught a touchdown there late, but also, was very effective in the pass game throughout the night. Just talk about his performance tonight.
Yeah, Luke's matchup. Coach Pope told me over the headset, man, we got to trust him. We got to trust what he's doing, what we feel like he could do against the defense they were running. And Luke did a great job stepping up. We targeted him. We were actually moving Roman away from the call and moving Luke to the call to try to get Luke in situations and for him to step up the way he did and play the game he did. It was really impressive. Really proud of that kid. Again, just, man, when you look at some of the red zone things, I mean, the difference is, I could go through the difference, but the difference ultimately is red zone plan, and our red zone plan was so poor as coaches. So if we score those 2 red zone drives, maybe we're in a tighter game at the end, and we can do some different things. Driving down the field late, but we didn't have a good plan in the red zone, and they had a great plan all around, and that cost us.
Coach, I can appreciate the accountability that you're taking as a coach, but one thing I also want to say, and I think you'll agree with me on this, a lot of credit to Bradley's run game. I tell you what, number 0 is a dynamic player that if you don't know a lot about him, Kenyon Phelps is going to have a lot of this season.
Yeah, he played outstanding tonight, but again, they put him, they didn't show, they showed a little bit of that over formation that they were running. They showed a little bit of it, but they didn't show a ton of that. But for that to be their full-on game plan, I think shocked us.
Yeah, it shocked Jacob and I a little bit as well.
That's disappointing, and nothing should shock us. So the fact that was snuck up on us the way it did is very disappointing. But again, our kids did everything we asked them to do. We just did not put them in great situations to be successful. And when that happens, you look up and you're down 21-0, and now you start the fight. But we were just too late to the fight as a team. So we've got to do a better job in preparation.
Coach, since you're up here with us, we're going to go ahead and go over to our Dell's Heating and Air player of the game, justcalldells.com. If you could, just briefly looking at the stats, kind of knowing how the game transpired. Obviously, Chase Stevens, not his dad, Ryan. Shout out Ryan if you're listening. But Chase Stevens threw for 305 yards, and then obviously Sawyer Boyd kind of had his coming out party late in the ball game as well.
Yeah, I don't know how.
We can call Co
or how we put the ball in Chase's hands a ton for him to protect the ball and the pressure that he dealt with throughout the night. He played an outstanding game. He showed a lot of toughness, a lot of pride in what we asked him to do. So for him to stand in there and have the night that he had is really impressive against what was a very, very outstanding front that we talked about. We knew that they were going to be an outstanding defensive front, and we didn't do a great job, again, preparing our protection plan, and that made him have to run throughout the night. But both those guys, all 3 of those guys, I have a hard time even splitting Chase and Sawyer and Roman and Luke. I mean, between those 4 guys, they played an outstanding job, and I've got to do a better job of putting our guys in a better situation offensively to have success.
Well, Coach, gonna turn the page from this one again. No implications on what you want your season to look like, but you are gonna have a game next week coming up.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: you say no implications, and the win-loss does not. I will tell you this: the way we responded has major implications.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They could have laid down and said, "We've been there. We've been 21-0," and our boys could have laid down and they could have said, "Hey, tonight's not our night," and we could have looked up and we could have been out of here an hour ago because they had a running clock in the end.
Outscored them in the second half.
And for them to respond the way they did tells you I've been talking about culture with you guys pretty consistently. I've been telling you how much I like this group pretty consistently, and they showed tonight why. that has major implications, because if we would have laid down, we would have questioned our culture all night. Even in the good times, we would have questioned, is this really who we are? So for us to show it in such an adverse situation, for our guys to show that's who we are, even in tough situations, that has a ton of implications, and we can build off that. And that's something as coaches we got to make sure we build off of. But yes, region next week, really excited about the region, really excited about hosting McMinn. Hopefully we've learned a lot about ourselves over the last 2 weeks, and that we're prepared mentally to go in here and respond and turn the page. Our boys, I think, already have. As coaches, we're going to have to make sure that we turn the page.
While Jacob's looking at the score of that Cleveland-McMinn game, I don't know if you're aware, Cleveland had the lead there for most of the game. And McMinn, late in the fourth quarter, got up 26-21. So if that tells you anything, we're kind of trading punches here in the first couple weeks of the season. Again, a team in Cleveland that we pretty much we talked about leaning on them and wearing them down. Went out and competed with McMinn tonight. So as far as matchups go, what was the score there, Jay?
They've scored again.
Now.
So
yeah.
Again,
twice.
Yeah, I think they 3 times back there, because they were down
21-13.
Yeah, it got 21-19, I think, at one point. So, but a tough opponent. You know, big boys up front. It's going to be a good matchup, but I know you and the boys are going to get back to work and get ready for next week.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Hopefully, like learning about yourself. So that's the goal. Hopefully we've learned about ourselves and we show up next week. I'll tell you this, I know our guys are going to show up. So we got to make sure that we have a great plan going into next week against a great opponent. They're outstanding. So it's always fun playing them.
Coach, again, we appreciate you taking the time to come up here with us for your post-game interview. And, of course, you'll be able to listen to Coach Akins on The Drive on ESPN Cleveland every Tuesday throughout the season at around 5:40. We'll have him on again at 5:40 on Tuesday to kind of break down this game a little bit more as you get the opportunity to look at film. So be sure to tune in for that. And, of course, we'll have the Walker Valley Football Coaches Show that usually is posted on our YouTube page on Wednesday or Thursday, so be on the lookout for that. Coach Akins, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
So for Jacob, I'm Andy Morris. The final score here from Walker Valley: Bradley 28, Walker Valley 14. As Coach and Jacob said, back here next Friday for your first region game of the year against the McMinn County Cherokees.
Yeah, if you're still listening to us, Cleveland just scored, so it's going to be 27-40 with Cleveland going for the extra point attempt. But big game next week. And
so McMinn's went up 40-27.
Yes, 40-27.
Wow. Okay, so with that, we're going to call it a night here from the MAC. We appreciate you tuning in to Cleveland's Oldies 99.1 for Walker Valley football. Once again, the exclusive home of Mustang football, supplied all season long by Wholesale Supply Group. For Jacob Mason, I'm Andy Morris. Have a great night, everybody.
From the Little Caesar Studios, home of the Pizza Portal, the world's easiest way to get pizza. This is W256DQ Cleveland and AM 1570 WC.